Tropical Country is brought to you by JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. When planning your next getaway, trust Joe Leo and his staff to make the most of your budget and design the perfect getaway. They specialize in cruises, all-inclusive resort, destination weddings, and much, much more. JBL Travel Group is only one phone call away, so give them a call at 732-831-5200. It doesn't cost you any extra, so why wouldn't you? Goaltending Services, GTS Charters in Key West, Florida. They offer unique, private, custom charters you can choose from 4-hour, 6-hour, half-day, or even full-day excursions. Plus, they will provide you with all the amenities that you need while out on the water. But before you get on the boat, make sure you visit GTS Outfitters. GTS Outfitters is Goaltending Services retail store. They have everything you're going to need for your day out on the water. You can grab drinks, snacks, as well as get your GTS merchandise and souvenirs from local Key West artists. GTS Outfitters is located above the Hurricane Hole restaurant at the dock. For more information about charters or the Outfitter store, give them a call at 305-916-0990. Also brought to you by Party Dog Entertainment. Party Dog Entertainment is B-Dawg and Lou's event DJ service. They offer a customized DJ experience. They will work with you to create a custom playlist for your event, regardless if you have a graduation, a wedding, birthday party. It doesn't matter what the occasion. B-Dawg and Lou will create the perfect playlist for your event. B-Dawg and Lou are always the life of the party and will make sure that your group stays engaged and has a great time. Party Dog Entertainment is located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but B-Dawg and Lou will travel to your event within a reasonable distance. For more information, give them a call, 423-847-2454, or email at partydogentertainment@gmail.com. Party Dog Entertainment, it's a howling good time. Tropical Country is broadcasting live on TikiManRadio.com, the free Tiki Man Radio app, and the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel, courtesy of the MFG Records Tropical Live Cam. MFG Records, music for grown-ups.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Hump Day!
Going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane. From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. It's a Houston tradition, 4-H, FFA, and Go Texan. And you can bet, son, it's gonna be around a long, long time. When these riders and ropers give it their best, we'll show them how loud the hometown crowd can get. 'Cause tonight, y'all, we all got a little bit of cowboy deep inside. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Where the Bayou City streets meet these country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the show. Happy Hump Day. This is Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou right here on Tiki Man Radio.
You're over there knocking
I
your
know.
mic,
I'm messing with it already.
Gee, Merry Christmas.
Listen.
I give you a warning.
I know.
Just so you won't do that.
It was a delayed reaction kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I'm in trouble already.
It didn't take long. Normally I'm the one who is in trouble this early. But
I know.
But happy hump day, everybody. And for those of you here in the U.S., have a solemn Patriots Day. But you know what? We are going to have fun right here on the show because we want to make sure that the people that we lost on 9/11, that it wasn't in vain, because the terrorists wanted to fringe upon what we do here and what we believe here in America, and we believe in having a good time, especially here at Tiki Man Radio, so that's what we're going to do.
On a side note, we also believe in putting a boot in her ass. I'm just saying.
That's right. Well, of course, you already heard Lou is in the house.
Hey, everybody.
And, of course, our special guest, Mr. Jason Acy.
How you doing? Appreciate it.
Golf clap.
It's a small studio audience, but yeah, we do the best we can.
Pay them well.
We were giving him the scoop before we came on, and I had just gotten done telling him, like, Brian will wave when he's getting ready to go live on the mic so that we don't make any noise. So you don't get
busted with a hot mic, you know.
Well, and then I had to mess with mine.
That has happened before.
I know. Then I had to mess with mine as soon as you did that.
Just can't leave it alone.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly. So, but welcome to the show. We've been looking forward to this for quite some time.
Well, thank you for having me.
So, of course, I think we met you when you reached out to us initially.
In the chat.
In the chat. You listened to the show and said, hey, I got a little song I think will work for you guys. And little did we know that the Tiki Man says what it would all lead to. So
yeah, I started listening to Tiki Man Radio, then found you guys and thought it would be a good fit.
Yeah, and I tell you what, your music is all over Tiki Man Radio. So we appreciate you because with that we got a lot more music to play, and we got the opportunity to sit here with you tonight and get to know about you and your music, and hopefully get to you sing some and learn some of those stories behind the songs.
All right.
But before we do that, how about we give some shout outs to those who are out there listening?
Absolutely. So want to give a big shout out to Maureen. She's out there tonight.
Hello, Mo.
She is on the road, of course, traveling.
When isn't she?
I know, right? She's on her way to a Parrot Head event in South Carolina. So,
very nice.
Drive safely. The ambassador is out there.
The ambassador of all great things, Miss Michelle Myers.
With her sister, Marie.
Hello, Marie, and hello to the bodyguard. We can't forget about the bodyguard.
Absolutely not. Enjoy that Prosecco. Also, Moni is out there tonight.
Hello, Moni, and Vacuum Cleaner Tom.
Donna Cummings, hello to you.
Hello, Donna, and
the Panther.
Hello, Panther.
And Bob.
Hello to Bob, too.
Poor Bob always gets ignored.
Bob, we love you just as much, but, we have to say the biggest fan is the Panther.
That's right.
We just have to say it.
So, Jason, you haven't gotten to see it yet. I'll have to show you, but their dog is called Panther, and honest to goodness, she sends me pictures all the time. The dog will sit there and watch us because he likes seeing the horses.
Oh.
She likes the horses on the video. So, and then we have, you know how it is. Hold on.
Speaking of dogs, man, y'all's dog is a trip.
Daggett.
Yeah, the ball of nerves in which he is.
Wow. Yes.
So he's supposed to be my emotional support animal, but we have figured out I am
How's
his.
that working out for you?
Yeah, he leans on me than I do of him. I mean, yeah, I guess in the long run we need each other, but
we are. Listen, so yeah, he still won't. He's standing out there at the edge of the rug right now, waiting for one of you to come back out there.
Mm-hmm.
Our wonderful sponsor, Mr. Joe Leo.
Hello to Joe.
JBL Travel Group.
And, of course, we don't have a brand new JBL Travel Minute this week because, if you kept track, all of us from the Sunday show, we took off and went to the NASCAR races this past Sunday.
Y'all played hooky.
We didn't have a Sunday show, but I went out there and I grabbed one of the previous travel minutes for tonight, and I think it's an important one.
Okay.
It tells you all about what does JBL Travel Group do.
Good.
So
perfect.
Let Joe explain it again for those people that missed it.
That's right.
For those of you down front that missed it.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
That's right.
Beth Travers, the superstar herself.
Hello to her. And I believe she is performing tonight.
Yep.
With Mr. Mark Mulch and Kirsty Krause, I saw.
Yeah, in Gallatin, just outside of Nashville.
Oh, nice.
So
we're competing with them tonight.
we are.
Dang.
We are.
Yeah, Mark asked me to be a part of that, but I was already booked with you guys. So
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool.
We would not have felt. We would not have been upset.
I've been wanting to come over here for a while.
Well, thank
Well,
you.
we appreciate you choosing us.
Yeah.
It's not often we get chosen.
Right. Honestly, I was thinking about you when I read that. I was like, oh, they should have asked Jason.
Yeah, they did.
Apparently they did. Moni is out there. We already said hello
Yeah.
to you. Dave Freeman. Hi, Dave.
Hello to King of the Keys, Mr. Dave Freeman.
We love Dave. Harold Booth.
Well, Bushwhacker you himself, Mr. Dave, Mr. Booth.
Mr. Booth.
Mr. Booth. Mr. Booth.
Tammy Creech. Hello to you, Tammy.
Hello, Tammy.
Mr. Graham Andrews.
Hi, Graham.
And the train man himself, Edward Contreras.
Hello to the conductors and Ed the Train Man. That is Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man every Monday night right here on Tiki Man Radio.
And let me see. The lovely Larice. Hello, Larice.
Hello, Louise.
Callie McCool from the West Coast.
Of course, that is Mr. McCool from Mr. McCool and the Student Crew. That would be Tiki Man Radio's partnership with the students at Antioch High School there in California. And they are, of course, have their show right here on Tiki Man Radio every Tuesday at noon. And they put all of us to shame. I'm just saying.
David Zerkor. So Z&G, hello to you.
Hello to Z&G from Memphis, Tennessee.
And then Laurie Krause liked our post, so she might be flipping back and forth
Hi,
between the
Lori.
daughter and us. So hello to you.
Well, there's a lot of people who are tuning in for our guest. We know it ain't for us. It's
Yes.
for our guest.
Exactly. Barry D is out
Hey,
there.
Barry.
And then I want to make sure somebody just requested our page for you. You were our mutual friend, Jason, so I was trying to find who that was. As soon as I find the name again, I will let you know.
All righty.
That way you don't have to listen to the whole, what is it, Jeopardy theme song.
I tell her I can't have dead air, so I just play that while we wait.
Keep it going. Keep it
It's
going.
all right. We will wait. Well, are you done yet?
I'm done.
Are you done? All
I'm
right. Well, while
done.
you wait. Well,
Oh, yep. Nope.
I do.
Jana,
Jana?
Chantel.
Yeah, that's my wife.
Oh, well, she said hello.
Well, hello to the missus.
She is in the live chat.
As you can see, he made it safely. He's not a fan of 24.
Nobody is. It's okay.
She was planning on coming with me and had a last-minute computer school emergency
Oh, no.
thing she had to take care of, so yeah.
Ah, well, we missed you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to send some food home to you. Let me see. Who else? Oh, yeah. So, Joe, they did play hooky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe didn't know.
No, Joe said played hooky pooky.
Hooky pooky.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That is correct. B-Dawg scored tickets to the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway last Sunday, which, of course, it was the first race of the NASCAR playoffs. And, I got the tickets and I gave Danny a ticket for his birthday there at the summer
Yes.
party. And so then I had, 2 other tickets to spare, and I couldn't help but, Flaz talked about that he had never been to a NASCAR race. And he just didn't get about it. So we
had to go.
had to take Flaz, and of course, we had to take somebody who would be able to explain everything to Flaz. So we said, "Hey, Kevin." So Kevin Phelps came with us, and we had a great time. I think Flaz, I think he is more about watching it from home than he is at the track.
Yeah.
We'll have to follow up with that on Sunday to see really how he feels about that. So
I still want to go to the one in Nashville. Have you ever been to that one? I don't even remember the name of it. All I know is there's a lot of music there.
To the what is it now?
The NASCAR race in Nashville.
I've never been to it.
Me neither.
It's a little bitty track.
Is it?
Yeah. Tiny.
Oh, wow.
what?
Right in the middle of a neighborhood, like everybody that lives around there wants it to go away.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. Although I don't know that there's much room anywhere in Nashville to put a track.
Right.
But with everybody that's been
They
coming
were talking about building a new NASCAR track, but it was actually going to be outside of Nashville. It'd still be called Nashville, but it'd actually be outside of Nashville.
in the burbs.
Yeah, somewhere out there in the burbs. But I promise
That might make the Nashvillians happy.
next race we go to, I'll take you.
I wasn't even invited.
No, this was a guy's trip.
I know, it's okay.
Sorry.
I've never been to a NASCAR race.
Really?
Never.
I have not either.
Really?
Yeah. So see,
All right.
we'll meet Jason in Nashville.
All right, I got my next set for one of the next tickets I get. So, which of course, for those tickets, I have to give a big shout out and a thank you to the people that actually made those tickets available, and that would be VetTix. VetTix provides veterans with discounted or free tickets to certain events, and all those tickets actually have been donated by different entities. In our case, the tickets that we went on were donated to VetTix by Atlanta Motor Speedway themselves, and we couldn't ask for better seats. We were halfway up, right at the entrance to pit row. Great seats.
Yeah, it was perfect from the pictures.
And at the end of the race, that's where all the cars started wrecking. Was right in front of us there at the finish. So
Nice.
It was great. But yeah, big shout out to VetTix. If you are a veteran or first responder, they also have a section for first responders as well. And if you are interested in that, I have a QR code I will post to our page, so you can just scan it and it'll take you right over there, and that also gives me credit for the referral. And then what you do is you build up coins, credits. I had previous credits from where I had shared their posts, or we had gotten tickets to go to somewhere else that I'd actually purchased. There was discount tickets that we would purchase to go to another event in Nashville. With those, you just get more coins.
Right. It's almost like every time you purchase something, you get a discount on the tickets, but then you get a bonus of credit towards another event.
And just like this, we went to the race, took a picture of all four of us, in the stands so they could see right where we're at, because that's part of the criteria.
Yeah.
And then I do a social media post, thanking VetTix with that, but I have to send it to them. They look at it, approve, and then they give me more coins to go toward my next.
Yeah.
And then like the way this was on that was, it was actually a lottery. So I see Atlanta Motor Speedway, I had X amount of coins. I bid so many coins and said I wanted 4 tickets. So with my amount of coins, I won 4 tickets and still had coins left over that went back in my bank.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how
it's a cool thing.
Kind of how it works. And also whenever, because they weren't absolutely free. I had to pay handling fee and taxes and things like that. But they'll also ask you if you would like to also make a donation toward VetTix when you do your tickets. Since you're getting the tickets free,
Exactly, yeah.
I always throw in a donation. I'm still way ahead on the money.
Because then you're helping out other veterans.
I'm helping out other veterans as well. So if you want to check that out, I will post a link to that on our page, but it is called VetTix. So I want to thank them and Atlanta Motor Speedway for hosting us on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello to Taylor. It is her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday, Taylor.
Happy birthday, and I hope you had a great day.
And I saw Denver got his 1-year pictures.
I did see that.
He's so grown up already.
Yep, I did. So, but yes, Taylor, and for all you know, Taylor came first. That 9/11 occurred on her second birthday. So she turns 25 today, and she is grown up, made her daddy proud. She is now the mom of two beautiful children. One is a wild child, but she's still
the other one remains to be seen.
I have a feeling he's going to be just like his daddy. So, but happy birthday! Whenever we do get up there to see y'all, we'll have to go out and have a birthday dinner or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I have to show you, speaking of kids, and this is my newest granddaughter.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
Born
Can we show
last
her on
Sunday? They posted it on
you
Facebook.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my.
I know some people don't like for Look at the grandbaby. You gotta show the baby.
How cute.
If anybody's looking on the screen, I don't know if y'all can see it from back there. So precious she is.
No, you can't see that either. They don't pick it up very well.
So precious.
We'll leave it to them to show it. But yeah.
She's beautiful.
That is amazing.
Now, is that your first granddaughter?
Fourth grandchild.
4.
Really? You're almost caught up to us.
Yeah, we have 7. So, and I think we're going to be stuck at 7 for
a minute.
I think for quite a bit. I mean, just depends upon what the other ones want to do.
Right.
How many kids do y'all have?
Together, we have 6 girls.
So
we are the all-female Brady Bunch.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had 3, she had 3, and just yeah.
Yep.
And it's funny because all 3 of them, like youngest to oldest, are really close to each other. Like we were both doing the same thing around the same time. Just saying.
That's the way mine is. We had mine, hers, and then everybody else's.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is funny too, and how close they really are. Is her youngest and my oldest have the same birthday.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So just different years.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's
Some synchronicities going.
They are
Yeah.
very close together.
Yeah.
So, but and so far they all get along, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes depends upon. Sometimes
Well,
it's-
they're sisters,
They're
so,
sisters. Sometimes
you
they get
know.
along, sometimes they don't. So.
Right.
That's the way it happens.
All right. All right. So we good there on the shout outs?
We are good for a minute.
All right. Well.
Oh, wait a minute. I lied. I'm sorry. You know how I am.
All right.
Hold
Well,
on.
let's get them knocked
Okay,
out.
I got it. Ed Kubiak. I almost
Whoa.
forgot Ed and Felicia.
Well, hey, Ed and Felicia, and of course, they are a couple of the conductors on that peace train on Monday nights, and she is the appetizer queen.
That's right. We do not have an appetizer queen here. Oh, by the way, you are taking sandwiches home to your wife. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Now we're good to go.
All right. So now it's time we direct our attention to the man of the show, Mr. Jason Acy. Thank you again for coming and spending a time with us
Thank y'all for having me.
From west of Nashville.
from west of Nashville.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, you're originally from Mississippi area, aren't you?
That is correct. From Greenwood in the Delta, Mississippi Delta.
Well, speaking of Mississippi Delta, that would be the same place where our friends, American Blonde, are from.
Oh,
down
really?
down from the
Yeah.
Mississippi Delta. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
So we didn't know it either when we first met them, and they explained that whole connection and everything. And they bounce, I think, in between Nashville and Mississippi. They're both they're performing all over the place, and
They were just at the Grammy Museum
the Grammy Museum, I think they played. So
last weekend.
yeah. So how cool is that? So how long have you been in Nashville?
Since 2003, so about 21 years.
Now, did music drag you to Nashville, or was there something else?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Long story short, my first marriage kind of fell apart, and we were going to move up here to get out of that little town that we were in, and then it wound up not working anyway, and so we were relocated here, and I had already wanted to come here for music by that time anyway. You know, I'd already been playing music for a long time, so it kind of worked out in the end. Got here, met my wife that I'm married to now, my last wife.
I like how he says that. The last one.
So yeah, just came up here. I was actually living in Hendersonville for a couple of years, just north of Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah, and started playing with some friends there that played music again. Like I said, I'd played music for a long time, and somebody told me, I was playing bass at the time, and somebody told me, hey, I know this female singer, she's really good, she's got a band, but they're looking for a bass player. And he gave me the number, and I called and got the audition appointment and went and tried out, and it was my wife. When she walked in the door, I was like,
The singer fell for the bassist. There you go.
and the rest is history.
He said, please put me in this band.
Well, that is cool. So you've been playing music for a long, long time. About when did you get started?
Probably, I was actually a drummer first. I got a set
wow.
of drums first, probably when I was about 12 years old. And then shortly after that, got a guitar and was playing around with friends in high school. And they were like, we need a singer. And they knew I was trying to sing, you know, and they're like, well, you need to be the singer. But I didn't like singing and playing the drum.
Yeah, that's hard.
So I kind of had to go up front and change over to guitar. And so really 12, 13, early, teenage years really started getting into it kind of heavy.
Yeah, that's singing and playing the drum. I never knew like how Phil Collins and Don Henley ever did anything like that. And I mean, there's several other people that do that, and I don't have coordination enough to play drums, let alone be able to,
right?
to
Me too.
sing while I'm doing it.
I can do it a little bit as long as it's nothing too complicated.
You're not going to be sitting back there doing runs and everything while you're playing the drums,
much,
are you?
No.
Wow. Yeah, I can't even imagine.
So you played with several bands before you moved to Nashville then?
Oh, yeah. When I went to college, I went to Ole Miss.
Okay.
I graduated high school and started playing with some guys there, and that's when it kind of really came together. And we were like, we should probably do this for real, And so I dropped out of college.
Welcome to our world.
Well, yeah, we've both been there and done that.
Dropped out of college, bought a Dodge van, and toured the nation. And
wow.
Had a touring band at that time. I was like 20.
Oh, wow.
Touring all over the country, and then we, eventually bought a tour bus and just went all over the place for a few years.
Wow. And what was the name of that band?
It was called Mississippi Rain.
Mississippi Rain.
I love that.
Yeah, we had a pretty good run.
Now, is there any recorded music out there floating around?
No, this was way back in the day. Way back.
I like it.
I was like, is there some old archives back there we should be looking up here?
I might have some tape somewhere, but they're stuffed away in a drawer or something. But
back here with the pictures of when you had hair and all that good stuff.
I did. I used to have a head full of hair, long hair. I could reach.
Did
like
you have
this
the
and grab
80s?
it.
Nice.
Yeah, perm, everything.
Oh yeah, spiral perm.
Isn't that the way it always works? And
I
then,
still have dreams where it's just like a shampoo commercial.
Who was that guy from back in like the 90s? He was on all the romance novels, and he used to do commercials.
Fabio.
Yes, he would do commercials with the wind blowing through his hair and stuff. That's what I just thought of when you did
and
that.
women swooned over him, and he was not a good-looking man.
Attractive. No,
He just had the body.
Yeah, that and the flowing hair, I guess.
yeah, I would no. I was not one of those girls.
Well, I wasn't a romance novel guy. What can I say? So you did all that touring and everything, and then, like I said, then you just.
And then I got, like I said, I was playing bass, and then settled down and got married to my first wife, and started playing with some guys, and they had a really good shot of making it. Everybody wants to make it, and without giving away too many details and to protect the innocent, that marriage fell apart. Right, like I said, right when we were moving to Nashville, and I had to leave that band. And right when I left that band, they got signed.
Oh wow!
So that was kind of like a double stab in the heart. But they did okay, and I moved to Nashville, and I wound up playing with, like I said, my wife, and then we did the whole downtown. Broadway gigs and all that for several years, and playing around the Nashville area. And we actually did an album on her, my wife. We did we did an album on her in 2007, trying to get a record deal that way, and that didn't work out. And then I played with a few other acts in Nashville since then, just on the side, playing bass for them, and then but never stopped writing. I've been writing since I was like 15.
Oh wow!
So that was really always the dream, was to be
a writer.
I really didn't care about making it big time. I wanted the mailbox money.
Yeah,
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, is there any? I guess does your wife ever perform with you?
Sometimes we perform at church sometimes now, but we don't really play out together. Every once in a while, just special occasions, she'll get up and sing with me.
Well, next time you come, bring her with you.
Yeah.
Because that's
Maybe we'll be a special occasion.
Because that's the next thing everybody's now that we know that the wives can sing.
Right.
That's going to be, everybody's now going to ask the question. So when's the duet single coming out
Right.
where she's going to be on this record? Everybody's going to want to know.
Yeah, we need to do one. She's learning how to play the fiddle right now.
Oh, really?
Oh, how fun!
Well, they are just. I wish I had the talent. I really, really do.
Listen, I wish I had the patience. My daddy tried to teach me how to play the guitar, and my brother would play until his fingers would bleed. I mean, he just over and over and over again. Me, on the other hand, I held the strings down. I strummed it a couple times, said ouch, and I was done. I was too much of a wimp.
Well, as you can see behind you, her parents had aspirations that I would learn how to play the guitar, and that's the one hanging on the wall.
Yes.
So collecting dust, as I've never learned to play. So, and then
No time like the present.
There you go. See?
It's never too late.
I like the way you think.
I've tried. I don't know. I just can't.
He can't stretch his fingers as far as he needs to.
So I thought, all right, well, I'll give the bass. My dad had this. He goes, here's this bass guitar. Take it. I've never learned how to play it either. And I don't have an excuse as to reason why other than just sheer laziness, I guess. But my difficult thing is where I've had people who's tried to teach me the guitar. But there's some problems because I'm kind of an anomaly because I'm left-handed, but I do a lot of things right-handed, and I can't figure out how I want to play the guitar left-handed or right-handed because I don't know. Neither way feels natural to me. So you
gotta just pick one and go with it.
It just doesn't work out well. Because I'm just weird. I eat and write and everything with my left hand, but put a pair of scissors, a gun or anything like that, right-handed. But if I shoot a bow, it's left-handed. Yeah, I'm just
You're ambidextrous.
There you go.
That's what they say, but I mean,
Janice said, "Mary, I've mastered Mary has a little lamb and slow row."
Well, I did. When I was a kid, I did take piano lessons for a whole 6 months because I'm a child of the '80s. And having
all had to have
electronic
lessons.
keyboard was the thing. And I remember whenever I took it in. My keyboard down to the piano instructor, and I'm like, all I want to do is I want to learn how to play Footloose, and And
they start. We had one. We came from a really small town, and we had one piano teacher for the entire town. And so all of us who had piano lessons all went to the same person. And she started out. We learned chopsticks, and Mary had a little lamb.
Yep.
And there was another one, little nursery rhyme thing, and that's about all the far I made it.
Yeah. When I told her, I says, I want to learn Footloose and Piano Man because I was a big Billy Joel fan. I'm like, I want to learn those two songs, and she's like, you got to be able to crawl before you can walk. And of course, come to find out now, my ADD just would not allow. And then I lost interest in the keyboard in about 6 months.
Yep.
So, but every once in a while, I still remember some little things, and if I walk past one, you'll hear me just,
Yeah, I can clink around on one a little bit. I think I took piano lessons in the 4th and 5th grade or something like that.
That's about the age I was. Yeah.
The teacher got mad at me though because I would learn the song, and then I would just memorize it. I wouldn't be looking at the sheet music. I would just be playing. And she was like, "You got to look at that." Yeah. I know it.
Well, that was also my other issue is I could not read music. Yeah. But that was also when I found according to my piano teacher, that's when she learned out. She goes, when she was teaching me to play different things, she goes, "You're literally playing that by ear, aren't you?" And I'm like, I don't know what that says. So, exactly. And if I didn't, I would literally. Well, the ones where I would even closely be able to read music, I figured out where middle C was.
Yep.
I knew where middle C was on the keyboard. So I'm like, how many keys up am I in from middle C? How many keys down? So as long as I stayed right in my box.
Kind of like the way you dance, stay in the box.
I was okay. But if you got a wild note over here, forget it. Yeah. I wasn't going to do very well.
I want to thank you for the swag that you brought.
Oh, sure.
I want to show everybody our shirt.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I like it.
I love the color.
That is a pretty color.
Isn't it, though?
Coastal Pursuits. Tropical country.
Delta Roots Coastal Pursuits.
I like it.
So Coastal Pursuits is the name of my record company, my label.
Your label. Nice. I like it.
That's cool. And then we got some stickers, so we added a sticker to the refrigerator.
I was going to say, I thought there was already one on there, but we always need more.
No, we didn't have a Jason Acy sticker.
Oh, I thought there was.
I don't think. But we do now.
I think I sent some to. I sent some stuff to Danny last
then maybe
year.
we should.
It may have been on the far side on the far side on the wall, but I thought for sure I had one on there. But
I don't know. But we got another
we
one.
We got more. That's okay.
There you go.
And we got some koozies.
That's why I said if anything ever happens to that refrigerator, we're never going to be able to
we can't get rid of it.
So
you can take the door off and put it on a new one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, either that or I told her, I said, I'll just do what.
He wants to make it a kegerator.
No.
Why not?
I said I was going to make it a gun safe.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I'd just take and put a hasp and stuff on the side of it and just make a gun case out of it. I know a guy, when I was a kid, that's what he would do. He would buy old antique refrigerators because he's like, nothing's more fireproof than these things.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he literally would. He would make gun safes out of these old refrigerators.
That's awesome.
So
That is cool.
He would just go pick them up at auctions and things like that. And he actually made a pretty penny reselling. So because he'd fix them all up.
There's your retirement
and
plan.
Make them look like an antique refrigerator. But
I like those really old refrigerators.
I do too.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of the things that they like? They have more features than what we have today.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you seen the ones that have like the stuff in the door, and then I don't know.
Some of them had like a glass door on the inside that kept all that
yes,
stuff separated. That's good.
yes. See, better than today's.
I like antique stuff though. I'm a sucker for antiques.
I love it. I love it.
well, that's awesome.
Well, do you want to play us some of your new album, or tell people about your new album?
Sure. New album called Finally. Appropriate name for it. Coming out October 4th on all the streaming platforms. Yeah. It's got the previously released 5 songs that's already out and then 5 new songs.
Oh, cool.
So I just decided to clump them all together,
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's awesome. So 10 songs altogether, October 4th. Can they pre-save? Or do they need to set some reminders on their phone?
I don't remember if I set up the pre-save or not.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody set a reminder on your phone, October 4th.
That's right. Yeah. You know, it's just kind of, we'll just have to have the Jet Juergenfire syndrome.
There you go.
Every time we turn around, we just have to go say October 4th.
October 4th.
October 4th. You know, send all those subliminal messages, October 4th.
That's right.
So yeah, I guess I can just take this off.
Sure.
Work best for me. I don't know. What do y'all want to hear? Let's see.
Whatever you would like.
You've already got Rum Talking. So I'll play this called 75 in St. John.
Okay.
All right.
And story, but you want me to tell the story?
Oh, absolutely.
So this was this last winter. No, it was 2 winters ago because I was in nursing school, or 3 years ago, I think. When it was really cold. It was like 7 below zero one day.
Oh.
And it got really cold.
That's cold for Tennessee.
It was cold, and there was snow everywhere. And I was driving home in a 95 Jeep Wrangler with a soft top, with you know how the heat is in old Jeeps. It's not very good. I was freezing to death coming home. And I got home and pulled out the app on my phone, and it said 7 below zero. But I always keep and I don't know if y'all are like this, you keep other places on your weather app.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Where you want to go on vacation, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I had Key West in there, and then there was St. John, and it was 75 degrees. And I sent it to my wife. I was like, just so you know, it's 75 degrees in St. John. And, that's a good name for a song. So
There you go.
came up with this. And I'm kind of a loud singer, so I don't know if you're going to.
No, please.
Oh, you're fine.
All right. They've been laying down salt for 3 days now, warning everyone to let a faucet drip. And I got caught in the grocery store behind a big line of people pushing big loads. I'm sure they wiped out all the bread and milk, but baby, I hear it's 75. It's 75 in St. John. Ain't no snow, no icy patches, only salt we'll need to be on the rim of our glasses. According to the weather app on my phone, just need a bathing suit and what we got on, 'cause it's 75 in St. John. I can see us right now in some white sand secluded place. where every day is bound to bring another high. Covered up with copper tone, watching sailboats go by in a world of our own. I'm sure it feels like the middle of July. Oh, we'll get by 'cause it's 75 in St. John. There ain't no snow, no icy patches, only salt we'll need to be on the rim of our glasses. According to the weather app on my phone, just need a bathing suit and what we got on, 'cause it's 75 in St. John. Come on, girl, now what do you say? We'll have our own kind of weather delay. 'Cause it's 75 in St. John. Ain't no snow, no icy patches, only salt we'll need to be on the rim of our glasses. According to the weather app on my phone, just need a bathing suit and what we got on. 'Cause it's 75 in St. John. Yeah, it's 75 in St. John. Yeah, it's 75 in St. John. Yeah, it's 75. We might get burned, but we'll feel alive. Yeah, it's 75 in St. John.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. What a fun song.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty upbeat.
Yeah, I like it. Well, you can't leave without playing Umbrella Drinks.
I'm sure my wife said that.
Sorry, I was trying not to throw you under the bus, Jana.
Yeah, we can do that one.
We'll make sure that happens.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, look at that angle. My camera just moved. It does it all the time.
Hello.
Yeah, it's just a different angle because you can see what's back here. You know.
That's AI taking over.
It is.
Yeah, I think it is. It does it all the time. It just.
They said there's another version of these cameras that came out now, and it has an AI motion detector. Mm-hmm. And so if you're on a stage, like a lot of churches use these, it'll follow you automatically if you're walking around and stuff.
Yeah, the thing with these cameras are that they, even though they were bought at separate times, they they sync themselves together.
Oh wow!
Automatically.
So even though I'm selecting, I want to control one camera, and that camera's doing exactly what I want it to do. For some odd reason, the other camera, it would just go do whatever it wants to do. Because since I'm taking over one camera,
rebel.
Yeah.
Since I'm taking one camera away from it, it just says, "Oh, you're not going to pay attention to me. Well, I'm just going to go over here and just do my own thing." Well, since you're paying attention to this camera, but then when I want to come back to it, it's just off in La La Land. I just got to.
Well, at least you've learned now how to make it come back to where you want it.
Yeah.
When we first got him, it would just stay over there until he figured it out. Well, Michelle Myers, the ambassador. She said, "Great song and great voice."
Absolutely.
So she loves it.
Now, when it comes to your writing, you said you've been writing since you're about 15?
Yeah. Yep.
So
I'm 62 now.
No,
No, I'm not 62.
I was like, no way.
No. But I know everybody has a different writing process or how they write. Is yours the same generally, or does it just depend upon the day?
It could come in a bunch of different ways. I have the proverbial song list ideas on my phone with hundreds of ideas in there, like 2 or 3 different lists. And sometimes, most of the time, a melody will hit you, and I try to pair that up with a title that I think will fit well with it.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes, it just falls out of the clouds all at one time, and you just go with it. like one of my heroes, Radney Foster, said, sometimes you're just the guy holding the pen.
That's a
I
good
love
way
Radney
to think
Foster,
about it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's one of my heroes for sure.
Absolutely.
I grew up. My heroes were Steve Wariner, Radney Foster, Terry McBride,
Oh yeah.
Jimmy Buffett. You know,
That's a talented
writers.
group right there.
Yeah.
That's nice. Now, you know, because I've always, like I said, when it comes to musicians and writing, I just don't know how you guys do it. Where the motivation for, and where you can just sit and tell the stories. You know, I've told this, and everybody out there's probably like, oh, here we go, the story again. But you know, I've always admired what you guys can do, because you know, like I said, I've always been able to write short stories, but to be able to come up with a whole story in
3 minutes.
in 3 minutes, but very little words, saying you get how you can say so much in very little words. I guess that's where I want to run with that.
Yeah.
You know, does that just come with time and practice, or?
Yeah, it does, and you know, taking it in too, like just like writing. And I'm a writer too. I've got like 3 novels going on right now that I've been working on.
Oh, really?
And a book of short stories.
Oh.
So if you understand,
Danny Lynn's definitely going to want to be talking to you, because
Yeah.
you know he's the writer as well.
you understand short stories and how
Yes.
a story takes place. You have to have a hero, and you have to have a conflict, and you have to have a resolution. You know, so most songs will follow that. So you have to cram all that into 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Or just a fun song. It really doesn't have to have a story. It's just got to have something memorable and
Right.
fun.
Right.
They're not all like that, but some of them, you know, the more serious ones definitely need to follow that guideline.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when it comes to, you know, your more serious songs and everything, being able to tell that story, paint that picture, you know, is important. But you know, there are those songs when all you need is just a good hook and a good beat, and just go with it.
Sometimes that's, you know, like Tiki Man says, the first song that I released, it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's just a novelty song. It's just a fun song. It's not really a serious story or anything like that. But yeah, you got to have conflict. You got to be able to convey what the point of the story is in the first verse. You know, you got to, okay, this song's going to be about this, and then the listener has ideas. Maybe this is going to happen. But then you don't want to do that. You know, you don't want to always do the obvious thing. You
Right.
gotta try to take it somewhere else and try to. And I'm not expert. I don't have any cuts yet, but I've been writing songs for a long time. I'm just
Yeah.
telling you my philosophies. You got to try to say something new with the verse, with the second verse, and the bridge has got to say something different. And you know, it's all got to ask, all like ingredients in a gumbo. You know,
Right.
They're all different, but they're all kind of combining to say one cohesive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping, you know, I started dabbling a little bit, and basically I started writing as therapy.
You and Mark March.
And,
you and Mark March are working on one.
Yeah, as well, it happened to be just one day. We were having breakfast with Mark in Nashville, and somehow we got on the topic, and I showed him something I was writing. And he looked at it and he says, I can really relate to this. You got something here. I'd love to help you finish it. So I wrote as far as much as where I could go when he was here. I gave him what I had, and he went off with it. And we haven't been able. He's been so busy. We haven't got.
He's a busy man.
We haven't
Yeah.
got back to sit down to revisit it. Maybe sometime when he manages to slow down a little bit, we'll be able to revisit it and see what comes of it. But again, for anybody putting it in a song format, that'd be 100% him. Music would be 100% him. All I came up with was the story, and it was just, and it basically is come out of real life. Basically, is how it all came out of, and but you know, helped me get through getting through my my PTSD and everything that I have, and getting through the loss of somebody close to me. That was like, so it's yes, it's one of those kind of songs you probably won't be hearing too much on here. If
Danny
it ever
Lynn,
does
it's one of
get
those
cut.
cry in your beer songs.
It is a cry. It's a cry on your beer song, but I've had other ideas and other, like you said, a title,
Fun ones.
or I've just off the cuff have made a smart aleck comment or something like that, and she'd be looking at me going, write that down.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? And she goes, you just never know. Write it down. I'm like, all right. So my idea was, someday, we as many singer-songwriters we know, I'll just throw it out there and say, hey, if you're ever looking for something, here's a title for you or something.
Hey, a title
or something like that.
A title is worth a third of the publishing rights.
No, is that right?
Really?
There you go.
There you go, honey.
Well, hey.
There's your retirement plan.
That's right. As Mark said, I am not a songwriter. I'm a lyricist.
There you go. Well, Janice says y'all love Mark. We do too. He is such a good guy. And Uncle Alex is out there in the chat. He says hello. And Jeff McCarty said good evening from Chillicothe, Ohio.
OH. Now, are you an Ole Miss fan as far as football?
For sure, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you still be friends with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
he's not Alabama.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Or Michigan.
Z and G are big Ole Miss Rebel fans.
That's right.
They follow the baseball team. They are huge Ole Miss baseball fans, and they're always posting where they're down at the games and everything like that. So
I thought they were season ticket holders, or maybe they just go a lot.
I can't
remember.
I don't know, because they're over there in Memphis, so it's not that far of a drive from Memphis and over. So, but I always see there during baseball season, they seem like they're always at the games and everything. And they are diehard Rebel fans.
Baseball games are a lot of fun there. I think we're going to have a good run in football this year too.
Do you?
Oh yeah,
I do.
There you go.
Football season this year is going to be just interesting in general. I think.
Well, your Buckeyes.
The NIL has, I think, in some ways, I think it's bad, but in other ways, I think it's good, because I think in some ways it's leveled the playing field.
Yeah.
Because now these other schools who necessarily, were struggling, but they're able to. They have some financial backing, and there's some things to help get some better talent in there, to help try to build up the programs. But also with the NIL, guys aren't jumping ship to run to the NFL so quickly. They're more willing to stay in college longer, which just helps the program out.
And that used to be like that back in the old days. That you would have a team and they would be there for 4 years or 5 years, and they would play it through their senior year, and you'd have a chance. But then it was a long time where people were there 2 years and out. You can't build something when people are going to be there 2 years. Yeah, or you'd have that one quarterback or whatever who sat the bench their whole time, actually saw them play 1 year, and they were gone. Right.
So, what's that?
Oh, I was laughing at Jana. She said to hush. Oh. She said, because you're not playing anyone. I'm assuming she's talking about the Buckeyes.
Let me give you some backstory.
Oh, we need backstory.
Okay.
Oh
no.
She's talking about Ole Miss.
People say that about Ohio State too. That's why I assumed it was about that.
I live in a house divided. My wife is from Louisiana.
Oh.
So she is an LSU fan.
Oh.
Well, I will tell you, I was an LSU fan at one point in time.
Really?
It was just because LSU was playing Alabama, and of course.
Oh well, yeah.
Of course, Joey B. He come from Ohio State.
Yeah.
So, I had to root for LSU.
Right.
And of course, I'm a Bengals fan, so it lucked out that Joe ended up there.
So, house divided, LSU and Ole Miss.
Yes, there's been many knockdown, drag-out fights in our house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, she don't care.
I don't care.
So,
not about college.
No,
I don't care.
No, where house divided is she's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And I would.
And you are who?
Well, I root for the Bengals now.
Okay.
I am a reformed Browns fan, and I'm still reforming, but I managed to start.
Are you originally from Ohio? Up that way?
Yeah, we're both originally from Ohio, Northeast Ohio. We're about 2 hours south of Cleveland. So for us growing up, Cleveland sports was that was all it was.
Yeah.
Between the Browns and the Indians and all that. That was life, and Ohio State football. That's pretty much what it is where we come from. But yeah, I've struggled. I've struggled through the of being that Browns fan, and I gave up on them a long time ago. And I went over and I jumped ship, and I was a Panthers fan for a minute, and that was only because I always said, as a Browns fan, the best thing you could have is a backup team. So the Panthers was my backup team.
Because the Panthers started while you were down at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah, when I
in the
was
Marine Corps.
stationed there, that's when they were trying to get the franchise. So I saw all the publicity and the promotions of trying to get it, and when they were finally awarded the franchise, so
They brainwashed you.
so I kind of felt
Right,
like
right.
I felt like I had a little bit of ownership with it within
And you
the team.
liked
So.
who was your dude?
But Luke Kinkley was my
Kinkley.
favorite player, and then he retired, and I don't know. I didn't get a chance to really watch him much on TV because around here, even in Ohio, they didn't play many Panthers games unless they were playing your team. So I kind of fell out of love with them, and since down here we do for some odd reason get to see a lot of Bengals games. So
Yep.
I just started following the Bengals, which of course here in Chattanooga we have, as far as baseball, we have the Lookouts, and they're the AA affiliate for the Reds. So it's just Cincinnati sports, I guess, in general here now. So
Yeah. Janice said, no one watches football for fun. Someone's doing the dishes.
oh wow.
Yeah,
She's talking smack now.
Yes. I don't follow NFL too much. I pretty much stick. I like.
That's
because
you're from down south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like college football.
Well, I can agree. I do like college football better. Recently I've been telling everybody I can report that my second favorite team is Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just because of the shellacking they put on that team up north last week. So for right now, they are my second favorite team.
See, I tend to follow players, except Pittsburgh. I've always loved Pittsburgh. But I like Troy Polamalu. I love Joey Burr.
who retired like 12 years ago.
I know. I
He had
loved
good
him.
hair.
He did have good hair.
Did have good.
And I read one time, he actually, when he was playing, he insured his hair for like $2 million.
Good grief.
Because if
Well,
his
you know how
hair
much-
got ripped out in the game,
You know how much money he was getting paid by Head and Shoulders?
a lot of money. Yeah. Yeah. And Joey Burr, I love him.
Remember the commercial that had every time he came out, his hair was like.
I do.
I just never figured out why.
Well, because he was Somalian, and that's a
I
big
know.
thing in
I
that
know.
culture. So,
I didn't like because I thought he was a dirty player.
oh no,
But this is what it is.
he was all over.
Hey,
the
let's get
place.
back to the music, shall we?
got off topic.
We've diverted to football here.
I know.
It happened.
It happens with you in the fall.
Well, if I didn't tell everybody, I have ADD.
I know Uncle Alex commented in the chat and said squirrel. So I want to hear this song, Umbrella Drinks. Can I get you to do that?
Sure. Y'all keep talking.
All right.
Talk amongst yourselves. That's what I tell them.
So this is one of those, if I can remember where I play it. One of those, another wintertime, thinking about the summertime kind of song. I believe we're gonna release this as a single. It's coming up maybe this winter.
Oh, fabulous.
This is my wife's favorite song that I've ever written.
Oh,
She's a little salty today. Guess I don't blame her. The traffic and the concrete keep trying to tame her, but I can bail her out before she sinks with umbrella drinks. Yeah, this winter time is brutal on her barefoot addiction, and daylight savings ushers in another intervention. Sometimes she needs rescue from the brink with umbrella drinks. Yeah, she'll have visions of some white sand crunching between her toes on a beach in Alabama, way down in Mexico. When I can see her struggle, I try to keep her dreams afloat. Yeah, I can tell when she starts to think about umbrella drinks. Well, this fireplace is keeping us pretty lazy, and she's staring out the window waiting on purple daisies. There's no need for therapy or a shrink, just umbrella drinks. Yeah, she'll have visions of some white sand crunching between her toes on a beach in Alabama or way down in Mexico. When I can see her struggle, I try to keep her dreams afloat. Yeah, I can tell when she starts to think about umbrella dreams. Yeah, she thinks snow's pretty, but it just lasts too long. She'll be digging out her flip-flops as soon as it is gone. Then I'll break out the blender and I'll sing a summer song. Yeah, I can tell when she starts to think. Sometimes she needs rescue from the brink with umbrella drinks. With umbrella drinks.
Love that.
That almost made me cry.
Something like that.
Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. Jana, I know why that's your favorite song. I think, although I know you're married to him and all, and I know that this is the first time I ever saw him, however, you just described me. Like,
I think he described a lot of ladies.
probably. But yeah, that's
I think that's why it's so relatable.
yeah, honestly, there's a lot of times when I look at him and I'm just like, take me to the ocean. I got to get out of here. Take me to the ocean.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And I love the snow for a minute.
Brief minute.
But you're ready for it to be gone.
But then I'm ready for it to be gone. Yeah, that is a beautiful song, and I think a lot of our listeners, especially, will relate to that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that deserves to be on radio everywhere.
Oh yeah,
that is a
absolutely
beautiful song.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that needs to be pitched to a lot of people.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sitting there going, I'm in my head going, thinking about mainstream. Who would sound good singing that song? That would feel relatable. Would feel I guess genuine. And I'm trying to think.
Let's call somebody.
I got somebody.
You do?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I got somebody who might like it.
Okay.
Just saying. Although honestly, with your voice sounds so good on that song.
You could sell
when
it.
you were doing those runs, I was thinking there's not a lot of people out there that can do those little runs and stay in tune, stay right in key, because usually they lose it somewhere in there trying to do all the fancy stuff. So yeah, you did. Your voice is perfect for that song.
I think you should just do it.
Yeah.
It is a proven fact. If you've been paying attention to the country music charts a couple weeks ago, the #1 song in the nation was an independent artist who did it by himself. He had been turned down by every record label in Nashville, and he started his own record label and said, we're going to do this grassroots. And he pushed TikTok, put it out there, pushed it, and
radio stations all over picked it up.
Who was that? I didn't know.
That would be. Now you asked me.
Put you on spot.
Somebody's Daughter's the name of the song.
Okay.
I'll think of it and I'll let you know.
Okay.
But
Hey, Dana K.
But he independent artist, and he just said, I'm going to do it myself. And I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was the #1 song in the country, and it was
Awesome.
the first one ever on the country charts.
Drew Baldridge.
Drew Baldridge, that's it.
Okay.
To hit #1 and to be an first one ever.
Wow.
So
And he has said that since that, now he's got record labels calling him like crazy, and he's like, screw you.
Now he's laughing.
I was at your front door and you
cracked
told
the
me
code
no.
now.
He did. He did.
He's
So
like, nope, sorry.
That's not an easy thing to do. Go up against those record labels because they got it all
yeah,
covered.
they
you
do.
know.
In a lot of ways.
And I'll tell you, it was probably, I'm going to say a year and a half ago. I saw Drew, on TikTok, and he's on there, and he's begging people and saying, "Hey, I'll come to your house. I'll do a house concert for you and your friends. I just want to come play."
Yep.
And that's what he did.
Wow.
And it really worked out. So, you don't need the record labels anymore.
I'm going to have to copy his schemes.
Just
There you go.
Just get really good
Well,
at TikTok.
our coastal world and trop rock world, we love us some house concerts.
Absolutely.
So
I've been trying to break into that. You know, that's this next year. I'm really going to try to focus on that and doing original shows rather than going out and doing the 3 and 4 hour cover gigs. I'm still going to do some of that, but it's that's can be really tiring.
break into those singer-songwriter showcases around. And
Well, speaking of the showcase, are you going to Key West, or are you slotted to go down there?
I am not. Well, I was holding out for Meeting of the Minds.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't get invited this year.
We need to fix that for next year.
Yeah, I'm going
But
to tell
I
you.
am playing a album release party. I think it's going to be the Tuesday of Meeting of the Minds, the 22nd, at Gray's Rum Bar in Pensacola. I'm doing
Cool.
Doing a little concert there for the album release.
Oh, good.
Well, the nice thing after that is that the Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase is just a week after. So
I know.
they don't conflict.
Yeah, they don't conflict anymore.
Except in money. Like, it can't be both of them.
You and
is
me
true.
both. That's what we say too. Well, the ambassador said, "Let's get that song out there to the world. It needs to be heard on all radio stations everywhere."
Sure.
Yeah, the ambassador is
And
one of those
It
people.
is on this album.
Hey, I'll put it out. It is on that. I'll put it out, and y'all request it and play it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And of course, I load it all in here, and then, normally about 45 minutes or so before our show kicks off, we have I take over and have a rotation here. That's going to be in my rotation, and of course, I know the Tiki Man. It's going to be in Tiki Man Radio everywhere. So
It's not really trop rock per se. I wouldn't say.
Well,
It's like I have one foot in
it's
country
got
and
the
one foot
vibe.
in. Yeah.
Well, if you haven't figured out, Tiki Man Radio is not we're not a trop rock station
Hey,
anymore.
Josh.
We're a coastal Americana station and focus a lot on the Americana because, as Tiki Man says, it started out being, Tiki Man Radio is your trop rock paradise, but it puts you in a box.
Yeah.
And great music doesn't deserve to be in a box because it can take you anywhere. And that's why he rebranded as a coastal Americana. And yet we still, like I said, what we do here, especially even on this show, from the beginning, it's like we're independent country and coastal artists with a country vibe, because there's so many of our trop rockers that have a background in country music, and a lot of their music can fit country music nowadays, because country music, it's not such a fine line as to what country music is anymore,
Right.
Since there's so many subgenres, and country rock and country rap and Hickok and all of that, the lines are kind of blurred, so a lot of songs fit in different places that they've never fit before. So, but a lot of our coastal artists have that country sound, and we, that's what we think. They fit right in with all the independent country artists that we interview and we bring on the show and we introduce. That's what we always said. We in a lot of ways we pride ourselves because we've introduced a lot of country artists to the coastal world, and and a lot of the coastal people already know a lot of the guys in Nashville, and it's funny when we start talking to people in Nashville, and we'll mention somebody a trop rocker, and they're like, oh yeah, I've worked with them all the time, or yeah, we used to write all the time, or hey, I just did a show with them, and we find out how interconnected everybody really is. There's so trop rock and country music, and so it's not a divided genre like you think it is. It is very, very well blended. So it's everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we will definitely love to help you get that song out there.
Absolutely.
So once you're ready to release it as a single, get a hold of us, and we will start playing the heck out of it.
For sure.
We love it.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love it, and I get to play it now.
Yep, and what they say, you know, especially like on the TikTok, if you get a clip of a song and you can get it picked up to where everybody else starts posting videos using that song,
that's where it's
at. That's where also you can pick up and make money on that as well.
I'm saying we start a campaign where when you release it as a single, all of us will start posting. Like this winter, we'll start posting like TikToks out in the snow holding an umbrella drink.
Hey, that's
and
a
stuff
great
like that.
idea.
Yes, we will start a campaign.
Everywhere we go, we have an umbrella drink.
That's right. We'll stand out in the snow and.
I had a thought and I lost it. That was such a good idea. It trumped mine.
Well, I'll tell you what What I would like to do is I need to get our JBL Legends travel moment in.
Yes.
We got to take care of the sponsors because the sponsors are the ones that take care of us, and
we need to give a big shout out to Dana Kay. She is out there, so hello to you. And Josh Clark just tuned in and said, "Happy Hump Day."
Happy Hump Day and Happy Patriots Day. And we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back with the JBL Travel Minute. And then we're going to continue having a great time with Mr. Jason Acy, getting to hear some more music and hear some more stories. But how about to play a song to go into the Travel Minute, reflecting back upon what today is. I guess... the question ultimately, and I guess a lot of people we've had this conversation probably around the water cooler all day today, and I guess the question is where were you?
Where were you when the world stopped turning on that September day? Were you in the yard with your wife and children, or working on some stage in L.A.? Did you stand there in shock at the sight of that black smoke rising against that blue sky? Did you shout out in anger and fear for your neighbor, or did you just sit down and cry? Did you weep for the children who lost their dear loved ones, pray for the ones who don't know? Did you rejoice for the people who walked from the rubble and sob for the ones left below? Did you burst out with pride for the red, white, and blue, and the heroes who died just doing what they do? Did you look up to heaven for some kind of answer and look at yourself and what really matters? I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. Where were you when the world stopped turning on that September day? Teaching a class full of innocent children, or driving down some cold interstate? Did you feel guilty cause you're a survivor? In a crowded room, did you feel alone? Did you call up your mother and tell her you loved her? Did you dust off that Bible at home? Did you open your eyes and hope it never happened? Close your eyes and not go to sleep. Did you notice the sunset the first time in ages? Speak to some stranger on the street. Did you lay down at night and think of tomorrow? Go out and buy you a gun. Did you turn off that violent old movie you're watching and turn on I Love Lucy reruns? Did you go to a church and hold hands with some strangers, stand in line and give your own blood? Did you just stay home and cling tight to your family? Thank God you had somebody to love. I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. And the greatest is love. And the greatest is love. Where were you when the world stopped turning on that September day?
Now, Tiki Man Radio is proud to present the JBL Legends Travel Moment with Joe Leo. Take it away, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. It's Joe Leo here at the JBL Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. And today I just want to talk about, seems to be a little confusion about the types of things that we do here at the JBL Travel Group. First of all, we specialize in all-inclusive resorts and cruises. We also do some trips to Europe and escorted tours, but our main focus is cruises and all-inclusive resorts. We specialize in individual vacation packages, but our main specialty is group vacations. And as many of you know that, I work with the group called the Jukebox Legends. We're performers here at the Jersey Shore, and we have been performing on cruise ships for over about 12 years now. So one of the things that I've done for a lot of local musicians is put together cruise packages where they can go and perform on the ship, whether it's a private cocktail party or at a public function. So if you're looking to do something like that, all you musicians out there, if you're looking to put your own cruise together, we know all the ins and outs. We have relationships with all the major cruise lines. We handle setting up a page for you so that your fan base can sign up. The same thing goes with groups. We do churches. We have a church group going out to out of New York in a couple of weeks up the Hudson to New York and New England. We also do fundraising cruises, which is a great way to raise money for your organization, whether it's a Parrot Head Club or it's a Elks Lodge, Knights of Columbus. So groups has really been our major focus over the years, and we have a lot of experience with groups. We've done a ton of destination weddings, and like I said, a ton of music cruises. As a matter of fact, we're looking right now to putting together a huge doo-wop cruise out of Miami at some point in the next, like 2025, early 26. Where we'll be bringing in some huge groups from all over the world that will be performing on that ship. So it takes a lot of work to do that. But if you're looking to do a regular vacation, individual vacation, and you're looking at a cruise and all-inclusive resort, then we're the person for you. if you're looking to do a cruise, whether it's for yourself or your organization or your music group, you need to give us a call. When you're doing groups, especially on cruises, a lot of planning goes into it for groups because you want to get there a day before. So we do the pre-cruise hotel night. Some people want to stay later, like when we did Italy and Greece last year. So we went into Rome a few days earlier, and then at the end, a few people stayed because they wanted to travel to Venice and see some other spots. So we handle all those arrangements also, and all the arrangements of getting you from the airport to the cruise port, etc. So anyway, I just wanted to make that clear because I've had some questions lately about what we specifically do. Of course, we're the host for the Tiki Man Escape to Paradise trip every year, but we do a lot of groups and a lot of individuals, and again, we mostly cruises and all-inclusive resorts. If you want to go to Europe, yeah, we can do that too, but that's our specialty. I just wanted to come here and clear that up today. I hope you're having a really good week, and if you have not made your reservation yet for the Tiki Man 4th Annual Escape to Paradise, it's time to get those in. Rooms are starting to sell out. A few of you, I've sent you out your reservation forms. I'm still waiting for you to get back to me with your deposit. So if you could do that, that would be great. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks, Joe. Always travel with someone you trust. JBL Legends Travel and Joe Leo. Reach out to him at 732-831-5200. The official travel company of Tiki Man Radio.
People say we don't need this war, but I say there's some things worth fighting for. What about our freedom and this piece of ground? We didn't get to keep them by backing down. They say we don't realize the mess we're getting in. Before you start your preaching, let me ask you this, my friend. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see your homeland under fire and her people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. And you say we shouldn't worry about Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? They took all the footage off my TV, said it's too disturbing for you and me. It'll just breed anger, that's what the experts say. If it was up to me, I'd show it every day. Some say this country's just out looking for a fight. Well, after 9/11, man, I'd have to say that's right. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see your homeland under fire and her people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. And we vowed to get the ones behind Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? I've been there with the soldiers who've gone away to war, and you can bet that they remember just what they're fighting for. Have you forgotten all the people heroes in that Pennsylvania field. Have you forgotten about our Pentagon? All the loved ones that we lost and those left to carry on. Don't you tell me not to worry about Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten?
Have you forgotten Daryl Worley? Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of people out there that has forgotten.
It's seeming that
But
way.
as we discussed today at school, we have an awful young, a lot of first year teachers in our school this year, and we were sitting there and we was thinking about it and was like, a lot of our teachers weren't even alive.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Whenever that happened. So we're like, understandably, why a lot of people there's a lot of people who just don't know.
It's like history to them. It's like something in the history
Exactly.
book.
Yeah, and it seems like that's one thing we don't teach anymore is history, I guess. But no matter what, I wish that if there was a wish that I would have for anybody was, I wish everybody knew what the 12th of September felt like.
Exactly, yeah.
Because the 12th of September was an amazing time. Because I don't think we ever had a country that was as united.
Yep.
And felt pain and empathy for others as much as we did on the 12th of September.
Yeah.
So I know we don't do politics, but you know what? It's a holiday, and it deserves to be recognized because it's a big part of our nation's history. And there was a large loss or a large hole that happened on that day. And there's a lot of people today that were out there doing the memorial stair climb. That
Oh yeah, you got to do that a few years ago.
I did it a few years ago, and if I would have known about it earlier, I would have probably have done it again this year. But that'll be coming up in the future since I've done some other things. If you've caught that thing, I told you that I signed up to do a 10K.
Yeah.
Well, I did a couple other crazy things, and I signed up for a half marathon. So I'm going to be doing a half marathon in November before I do the 10K in December. Mm-hmm. But I joined a veterans group called Red, White, and Blue, and what they do is they go out and do different runs, and they go hiking, and all of this for charity to raise money for veterans organizations, and they're just called Team RWB, and actually found out that there's a team actually here in Chattanooga, so I joined that the other day, so I am now officially an Eagle, as they say. And so I will be doing some different events and everything with them as part of that veterans organization as well. So
I love that.
That's the crazy thing I've been up to. So.
Well, go ahead.
On that vein, I saw on your Facebook you've been doing a lot of jogging and running and walking and
speed walking, power walking, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
So my wife puts on. She has been involved with it in the last couple of years when she was still associated with the school, but now it's kind of turning over into private hands, and our church is going to take it over. But she organizes and puts together a 5K trail run.
Oh, wow.
Out where we live. It's actually on Johnny Cash's farm.
Oh, wow.
He had a farm out in Hickman County. It's called Live, Love, Run. It is September 28th.
Oh.
Now, can you walk it?
You can walk, you can walk it. And they have a little 1 mile, if you just want to walk the 1 mile. But it's a beautiful farm. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of it, but he built a big, huge outdoor stage area out there, and a big barn, like for people to be under. And he's got like another barn out there that's got all his old cars and stuff out there.
Oh, wow.
Like what was it, the car, the One Piece at a Time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that car's out there, and you can
Oh, wow.
you can tour the old farmhouse, his
Okay,
home
road
out
trip.
there. It's a pretty place. So.
Yeah.
Sounds
I took her. We stayed at
beautiful.
Loretta Lynn's ranch there. 'Cause, you know, we go and we adventure out and stuff. So it sounds like exactly one of the places we would take.
I would love
We
this
would take
place.
off to. But.
So when is it again?
September 28th. It is in Bon Aqua, Tennessee.
Bon Aqua?
His farm is called Hideaway Farms.
Okay. So where did they... We've got a few people that like to do that kind of thing too. Is there a place that they can go to? Is it too late to register?
I'm not sure.
That's in what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know they did have a Facebook page. I'm not sure if they still have it.
Okay.
I'm sure the ambassador's already all
The
over
ambassador just said, I would love to do that
She's
with y'all.
all over it. So she is the reason I am doing the 10K in Memphis. Honestly, it's your fault that I got the idea that I could do half marathons.
I told you could.
So
I'll tell you what, I will find it on my page. I will share it on my Facebook page, and anybody wants
Awesome.
to look it up, they can.
Fabulous.
And then y'all
Okay.
can share it if you want to.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Thank
awesome.
you. So everybody go follow Mr. Jason Acy on
absolutely.
Facebook.
We want you to do it for his music
That's right.
too.
And
Come for any reason. I don't care.
Callie,
don't care why you're here. Just glad you're here.
truly, sadly enough, social media is such a big thing, and we've talked about this several times. You know, not just record labels, but radio stations, all of that. They want you to have a big following before they'll
yeah.
even pay attention.
They want you to do all the work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, go follow Jason.
I'm trying to get better at TikTok. I promise.
Yeah, I'm so not.
I do not have a TikTok. I just can't. I can't do it.
It's addictive. I have a TikTok. It took about 5 years for the kids, well, more than that, for the kids to convince me to get one. And then I only got one because I got tired of them coming running with their phone and showing me stuff. So I'm like, just send it to me.
Well, I'll be honest
So-
with you. I got TikTok because that is where I found that a lot of independent artists were going to try to push their music. And you know, when we first started, I did a whole segment for almost a year
Yeah.
that I called TikTok Talent, and it was just these artists that I kept picking up and finding that I liked their music, so I played on the show, and I'd kind of highlight them a little bit, and then we ended up getting a few of them to come into the studio. Heck, we found one that we discovered that he was right here in Chattanooga. We didn't even know it.
Yeah.
And stuff. So, yeah, I did that for a while, and my postings on TikTok, honestly, are the promo. I don't even do videos. I just do the promo for the show, and I attach whoever the artist that we're having in with. I attach their music to that promo, and I just put it out there on TikTok, and whoever sees it sees it. It used to be before I'd post it, and I'd get maybe 1,400 views, and then somehow, some way, I got shadow banned by TikTok, and now I'm lucky if 50 people see the stuff right now.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured a way out of that yet. I'm trying. There's a trend going on right now. I'm trying to hop on the trend to pick up followers.
You got to start talking about Taylor Swift a little bit.
There you go.
Well, I ain't gonna talk about her. So, but
Well, Callie McCool said he would love to put your song in on his studio or his student radio
out there in California.
out there in California.
Cool.
So we'll make sure that you get it, Callie. Callie wants you, and Jana's going to participate in the Umbrella Drinks campaign that I came up with.
Sure.
All right.
So, let me look, sorry. So Callie said, honey, that you should start doing the Rugged Maniac 3-mile run with the obstacle course. It's kind of like American Ninja.
That sounds
No.
like a lot of work.
It does sound like a lot of work, doesn't it?
So if I haven't mentioned, I don't run. I actually walk fast because I tried to run. My knees, my back, I can't take it. I've had a previous back injury, and I got problems with my leg. I just can't. I can't run because my legs at some point in time sometimes aren't exactly reliable.
He runs without picking up both feet at the same time. Like when he walks, we've gotten to the point now where when I go with him, I'm like, listen, just give me a kiss and you go. Because there's no way I'm keeping up with you, and I don't want to slow you down. So
walking, I'm averaging about a mile about every 14 minutes and 20 seconds a mile walking.
Okay.
So I've hit as low as about 1350 walking, but I can't maintain that speed for a long distance. But
Right.
but my last half marathon, because I don't get to walk long distances during the week. So on Saturdays is when I normally put in my miles. And last week I finished 13 miles at I think it was 14 minutes and 26 seconds. So somewhere around there per mile. It was like 3 hours and 9 minutes for 13 miles. So
Yeah, my wife's done the Nashville Marathon.
Oh, wow.
I do not run either. If you see me running, you better take off running.
Exactly.
Something's chasing me.
Exactly.
So, but I do enjoy walking.
Callie says, look into the Spartan races, 10K with 20 obstacles. It's like boot camp.
Again, no. No, thank you, sir.
JBL, Joe Legend, Joe Leo, says, Umbrella Drinks, what a great song for JBL Travel Group.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have my lawyer get in touch with his lawyer.
There you go.
Sounds like somebody's going to be producing some commercials here.
Yep.
Okay.
That means
I kind of know how to do that.
Yeah.
I know a guy who can do that.
there you go.
So,
So everybody, in preparation for this challenge, there's two things that you can do. Since it's not snowing and not everybody lives where there is snow, you can put on your winter coat and stand outside and have a drink with an umbrella in your hand and have somebody take a picture of you, or have somebody video you while you're drinking your drink.
or you can just go out on the beach wearing your winter coat and your toboggan and everybody think you're nuts.
Well, that too. And then you can send those pictures to us here at Tropical Country, and we will help do a video campaign for umbrella drinks.
Laura Lou, you're hired.
Woohoo! My second client ever.
She did tell you she used to kind of be a manager. She just takes over. But problem
Yeah,
is,
sorry about that.
problem is just
Yeah, that's not my forte. Is the promotional.
Oh, I love promotions. Yeah, that's my thing. I do book, but that is not my favorite.
we
I
do
love promotions.
we do what we do out of necessity. But we do what we do this because that's what we love to do.
Yeah.
And we wish we could actually just do what we love to do and nothing else.
Yeah, if I could,
But,
if we could do this
that
full
you're
time,
exactly like that
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
Yep, if we could do it full time, we'd be happy. So Live, Love, Run, you can still register on Eventbrite.
Okay.
And it's in Bon Aqua.
Okay.
Uncle Alex, what's a toboggan? Okay, listen.
A beanie.
Yes, I'm Northern. Yes, so a beanie. You know, one of them.
There's
yarn.
a difference between a toboggan and a beanie, but we won't go there.
Well, no, that shows our Northern. So it's one of those knitted hats that you put on your head.
It's a knit cap.
Yeah, it's one of them. But yeah, so dress in your best winter gear, get yourself a drink with a little umbrella in it, video yourself or take a photo of yourself in it, and we're going to do a video campaign.
All right.
Just got to decide when I'm going to put it out.
Yes, you have to let me know. But that's why I need the pictures now. That way when it's getting released, we can start the campaign
Maybe
real
it'll
quick.
snow early this year.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Hopefully it'll snow in Ohio and we'll make a trip up there just to play in the snow.
Oh, yeah. Callie said I did a shirtless pose in front of a beach mural in Montana when it was 20 degrees.
All righty then.
I remember when we lived in Ohio, there was a teacher up there. Thankfully, I was not in school anymore, but my brother had the biggest crush on her. And we had this massive snowstorm. Well, for us, it was massive. There was like 18 inches of snow. And I remember I looked out my window and I had 2 out of my 3 kids. And I looked out the window across the road and she lived over there. And I see her outside in a lawn chair, one of those old folding 3-way lawn chairs, and in her bikini in the snow.
Sunbathing in the snow?
Taking pictures. And I was like, really? And now I'm like, I want everybody to do that so we can make a video. Yeah.
There's another one, sunbathing in the snow.
She was ahead of her time.
She was. There you go, sunbathing in the snow.
Yeah.
You just never know where I guess, how should I say, influences and things come from,
Yeah.
Just get the good ideas.
Well, what else do you want to play something else for us?
Sure, I'll play something else. Yeah.
Because this is all about you.
Callie said his wife had a coat on at the same time, and everyone was asked when they saw the pictures. Everybody wanted to know why she wore her coat on the beach.
Let's see. So this song, this is just a fun song, summertime song. We went to a couple of years ago. We went to Cozumel, Mexico, for my niece's wedding. It was like a destination wedding, and stayed at a resort down there. And that's where I shot a lot of the video for Heaven Must Be an Island video while we were there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But I was like, man, I got to come away with some song ideas from this place. Always looking for ideas. And by the end of the week, I was like, well, the whole experience is a song idea, And
Right.
So came up with this. It's called Greeno in Paradise. And a funny story, when I got through with this and I was bouncing it off my 21-year-old daughter, I played it for her. I said, it's called Greeno in Paradise. She said, that's racist.
I was waiting on it.
I said, no, it's not. I'm the Greeno.
I could call myself that.
Yeah. Well, I picked up a little Spanish down here on vacation. Got a little sunburn on the lower latitude. Gracias, amigo, and una más cerveza roll off of my tongue, and this bartender approved, 'cause I tip him well. A Greeno in paradise. Well, this place is really something. It's got everything I've needed. Hot tubs, swimming pools, hammocks on the beach, endless buffet evenings, bottomless mojitos. Makes me think the good life might not be out of reach. It was an easy sell. A Greeno in paradise. I'm sure every man from middle class has had this dream I'm dreaming. And with every margarita, I get deeper in my scheming. I can liquidate and relocate and wear a big sombrero. Never have to work again, live like a millionaire. 9 to 5 farewell. A Greeno in paradise. Got to find an angle, make this really happen. I'll talk to my banker when I get back to the States. Spend some time on Zillow, looking for a villa. There's bound to be a good deal right outside the gates of this resort hotel. A Greeno in paradise. I'm sure every man from middle class has had this dream I'm dreaming. And with every margarita, I get deeper in my scheming. I can liquidate and relocate and wear a big sombrero. Never have to work again, live like a millionaire. 9 to 5 farewell. A Greeno in paradise. America, farewell. gringo in paradise.
Yep, perfect for Party Dog Entertainment. I'm just saying.
I love it, love it, love
What
it.
a fun song. It made me think of Verona.
That's all right.
It made me think of Verona.
Yeah.
I said he's perfect for Party Dog Entertainment. Just saying.
Absolutely. I love your storytelling because I can just picture the video in my head. You know, the imagery and everything is right there.
I think we all have those kind of thoughts when we're in a place like that. We're like, I'm not leaving.
Exactly. I'm just moving here.
I say that a lot. I'm trying to talk her now because, our kids are now, we've been empty nesters for, about a year now. Mm-hmm. And now we're at the point where the kids are making their lifelong plans.
They're going back to Ohio.
They're moving back to Ohio.
Yeah.
So her and I have sat here like, okay, so we're going to be here all by ourselves. No family. We have our
friends.
Our friends and everybody that we've made since we've been here. But it's like, this also opens the door for the travel that we've talked about wanting to do. Or, we always said our next destination was the beach, that we was going to go settle down somewhere next
North Carolina.
Next to a beach. We love the Outer Banks. It's, I know everybody loves Florida. And there was just something about the Outer Banks because I think it was the first time I'd ever saw the ocean, and when I was, stationed down at Camp Lejeune, and then I spent a lot of times in the Outer Banks and in the barrier islands out there. So I just fell in love with that, and it's what I've always wanted to get back to.
Yeah.
And who knows? We here in about 6 more months.
You can get back to Ohio with an airplane ride from anywhere.
Exactly. See, I like the way you think.
There you go. So who knows? It may be next stop, may be the beach someplace. We don't know, but
Uncle Alex said he's still here.
Well, we said our friends and everything, but as far as the ones in which we are responsible for, let's put it that way.
And Callie wants to know, what resort were you at on Cozumel?
Oh gosh.
Do you remember?
I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, okay. We have some friends who go to Cozumel, and our friend Verona from Canada, she is a snowbird.
She lives there in the summertime for about 3 months.
In the wintertime.
In the wintertime, yeah. Because
she avoids the Canadian winter.
Who wants to be in the wintertime being
Canada?
She's from Canada.
She's from up there. So
of course, our producer Monica and Vacuum Cleaner
Moni's
Tom
over there,
and Tinkerbell. We got a big family up there in Canada that listen to us each and every week.
One of my favorite movies is Strange Brew, so I know all about Canada.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie. It's so funny. I haven't heard about. Did you ever get to watch it?
Remind me.
They went to a brewery.
Mackenzie Brothers.
Yes, and after they said everything, it was A.
Oh no!
They got stuck in a giant
really goofy,
keg or something. It's goofy.
When I think there was one, I think I remember that my favorite one was where it was John Candy.
Yeah, where he was protecting the border. Yeah. That's a good one too. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it either. But that was always one of my fun.
They went to war with Canada right there.
Yeah. I always loved John
Canadian
Candy.
bacon.
Canadian bacon. That's it. I love it. John Candy. Miss him. So.
Well, Strange Brew was hysterical. It was stupid, but it was hysterical.
It's very niche. You either go like it or love it or hate it.
A lot of good movies are just stupid.
Do you remember the airplane movies?
Yeah.
They were like that.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah. Those were, again, they were hysterical.
Don't Call Me Shirley.
Yeah.
Those and the Naked Gun movies and all of that. And, speaking of old movies, I just saw today they have officially started filming Happy Gilmore 2.
I saw it.
Oh.
They have, Adam Sandler said there was no reason to do it.
Yeah.
And then somebody came to him with an idea, and he's like, I like it. Let's do it. So
I was wondering if they were going to do one, because wasn't it the Super Bowl where they did a commercial and Adam and Shooter were like communicating back and like a home video thing to each other.
So the same guy is back as Shooter McGavin. So he's back. But Carl Weathers, who he passed away in the movie and he passed away in real life.
Right.
So they have Chubbs Jr., who is going to be appearing in the movie. And surprisingly, the person who will be playing that role is one and only Tiger Woods.
All right, that's hilarious.
Tiger is going to be playing Chubbs Jr. or whatever. Funny. So, and if you look at him, he has gained a little bit of a weight and stuff. So Tiger Woods is going to be in it, and there are a few other.
I wonder if he can act.
Other people,
although I don't know if you'd really have to. Yeah.
There's a few other people that are actually athletes that are actually going to be. Sports, different sports reporters and stuff who are playing different roles in it, and of course, he surrounds himself with his friends, so they're all on that. But that was the one I saw was that Tiger Woods would be playing Chubbs Jr. in Happy Gilmore 2.
That's hysterical. I love it.
Speaking of movies, I was actually in a movie back when I was about 18 years old.
Stop it.
Yeah, in a Denzel Washington movie.
What? Really?
Yeah, me and Denzel. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, hook a girl up. That's all I'm saying.
I was going to say, we are an hour and 50 minutes into this show, and we're just now getting to that.
It was a movie called Mississippi Masala. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Mississippi Masala.
I can't say that I have.
It was filmed in my hometown and a little adjacent town. And, we played. I was the extra. The girl lead in the movie, her father owned a hotel, and we were playing teenage kids in the hotel room, like drinking underage, and he comes and kicks us out of the room, and me and this girl run out and get in a yellow Camaro and take off.
Oh, cool.
That was
really? I just looked it up. All right, you're the one who runs out of the room.
So we got to put that on our watch list.
Yes.
Don't blink.
Where we come from, there's been a couple movies that where they were looking for extras, and somehow, some way, I managed to not be involved in any of them. So,
yeah, I actually read for one of the speaking parts, but I didn't get that part.
Oh, really?
But they cast me for something else.
Oh, cool.
Jerks.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna watch it. I got it looked up, so don't forget. You run into the yellow Camaro?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I'm from Greenwood, Mississippi. Actually, if you've ever seen The Help, the movie The Help.
No.
If you've not seen that?
You got to tell me who's in it or what
it's about. 1960s, these black women that are working for all these white women, and it's about them writing this book exposing all their treatment. You never seen this?
I don't think.
It won all kind of awards and stuff a few years ago.
The Help.
We don't watch many movies.
It was filmed in my hometown. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
In my hometown,
we did, Joe. We got the banner. Thank you so much.
The biggest thing that they got filmed in my hometown was, and I was a kid, but I remember the production that it took to do it. It was actually a mini series, and Roscoe Village, which is in our hometown. It's a canal era town, or at least it used to be. Now they've kind of modernized it a little bit, but back in the day, they took it back to the era. And if you remember a mini series called Centennial.
I forgot about that.
I was probably 6 years old whenever they were filming that, and I remember we got to go over and stand along the sidewalks, and as long as you stayed out of the shot and stuff, you'd see get to watch the actors and the horses and everything in that.
Yeah, because Roscoe Village was. It was a big tourist thing, but it was just one street, and it was all colonial times.
Yeah.
So
what town was this in?
Coshocton, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Roscoe Village, and like I said, it used to be one of those things where you'd go there and you'd walk down the street, all the stores and everybody that worked in there, they were all in period costume.
Oh, okay.
So you would go in a store, you would get greeted like you did back in the day.
They all had candles in their
Kind of
windows.
like Jamestown, Virginia.
Yes.
Kind of that.
Yeah.
And the canal system back in the day, and it
used to run down the street.
It used to run down the street, but they still have a section of it that is still preserved, and you could actually go and get on it and actually ride on one of these little canal boats, and
awesome.
get to kind of experience that. And they did that for a long, long time, and then just the sign of the times and things, and a lot of those shops, the tourism kind of fell off, and all those buildings are all still there.
Everybody went to Walmart.
But
That's why I hate Walmart.
So, but a lot of buildings are still there, but they're just repurposed and being used for other modern type businesses, and matter of fact, there's one there. It's like a nice restaurant there now, and there's another one. It's a bar and different things like that. But that's kind of the thing they did there. But that's the biggest thing I ever remember them filming back in our hometown. I remember they did film a bits and pieces of a Kurt Russell movie. It was a football movie that he did. But I can't remember the name of that movie.
I have no idea.
I've seen it. And it was about a football player who played for Coldwater High School in Ohio, who went on to play for the Buckeyes, who ended up having,
of course you've seen it,
having a career-ending injury. And it was more about life. It wasn't a football movie.
Right.
Surprisingly enough, it was a movie about life and overcoming challenges and things like that. And I remember they had where they took hundreds and hundreds of volunteers to go and be people working out in the field.
Really?
Yeah.
See, when we say we came from the corn, we're not lying.
Because Coldwater was a big farming community and things. So, going out there and hand picking, tomatoes and berries and stuff, that's how we grew up. We were forced to go out and hand pick stuff. So, but they did that as far as the movie, and I didn't get to go do that either. And the only other thing I remember was a little B movie that they did where our county fair was the background for a fight scene for a movie. That was it. But we never got to read for any, parts and actually, be jumping out of vehicles and screaming off or anything like that. So that's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
My claim to fame.
I'm gonna watch it.
What did you make the credits at the end?
No.
Oh, come on.
Guy in convertible.
Well, I've never actually watched credits, so I can't say for sure.
I'll let you know.
Probably not.
Yeah, you never know. Could put on there, guy in convertible or something like that.
The guy in the yellow Camaro.
I mean, come on. If they give the guy, if they give the person working the craft service table credit in a movie, you think you should have got it too.
He was probably union though. I wasn't union.
Oh, that's true.
I got paid $50.
I always watch that and I'm like, what's a grip? And they're like the person that hauls around the equipment. And I'm like, and they get credit in the movies?
Right.
I'll just go do that.
Right. Good night, Donna Cummings. We love you.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, Donna.
All right. So you're a famous movie star, musician, songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
What else do we need to know about you?
I know.
I mean, it just seemed like you're a man of many talents.
Psych nurse.
Psych nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a jack of all trades. I've done a lot of things. I used to be for a short time I was a real estate agent.
Oh, that'd be a hard
Until COVID
job.
hit, and I figured out I was not a salesman.
Right.
Figured out I was not a telemarketer, because that's really what it is calling thousands of people every week, and I hated cold calling people.
I found that
I wouldn't like that either.
Out back in for a middle school of a minute. I actually worked for Danny Lynn at his full-time job, and it was a sales position kind of deal, making the calls, and I also found out really quickly that sales was not in my future either.
Yeah. I'm not a salesman.
It was one of those things I felt guilty sometimes.
Yeah.
I did. I just, and it was just something about me trying to swindle. I felt like I was trying to swindle people out of their money so I could make a living.
trying to talk them into selling their house when they don't even want to sell their house.
Right.
Something like that. I mean, not that anything that Danny and them is shisty. It's just how I felt trying to be a salesman, was one of those things of, well, I really can't afford that. Well, you really need it.
Right.
Kind of deal. It just wasn't my gig. So
when you had so you tried to do the real estate, is that when you decided to become a nurse?
Yes, actually, my wife was already a nurse. She's a psych nurse also. She's an RN.
Oh,
okay.
God love you.
And she is actually going to school to be a nurse practitioner.
Oh,
now.
cool.
So she was like, yeah, I'll come do this. And then her sister is a nurse, and then her mother's a nurse, and then her niece is a nurse.
And they encouraged you to do it?
I was like, well, I got to do something else. And they were, the 3-day week was really enticing for me. And so, I made that change at a late age. So it's not too late for you to learn how to play guitar.
There you go.
I was going to say, he thought he was going to say me about being a nurse.
I swore I would never
told him
go
he
back
should
to
be a nurse.
school. I swore I would never go back to school, but I went back to school.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little secret. I was as a paramedic. On top of being a police officer, I was a paramedic as also. And after we moved down
for
here,
20 years.
For 20 years. I worked in the ER here in Chattanooga down at Erlanger Hospital. And I didn't know when I went in there that it was the 7th busiest emergency room in the nation. So, because it's a regional for Alabama and North Carolina and North Georgia. So
it's a trauma center.
It's a level 1 trauma center. So
we send some of our patients to Erlanger
from over there.
Health, so,
So I worked.
Oh yeah, they have a behavioral health now.
So I worked in the emergency room there for about a year, and that's when I realized, number one, as a paramedic, I never ever had more respect for a nurse than I did right at that moment.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one who I had some not nice words for some nurses because I had some bad encounters with nurses, but I have walked a mile in your shoes, and I have a whole new level of respect for nurses and what you go through. On top of, she's a nurse, and like I was telling you, my daughter Pam, who just graduated nursing school, 3-4 months ago. She used to work as an aide in a state mental hospital. Decided, she liked money, so she went back to school. She was offered all kinds of different positions at different hospitals, and she ultimately was offered a position to go back to the facility where she was as an RN. So she jumped at it. So she's a psych nurse as well, and everything. And then, like I said, Allison, her daughter Allison's getting ready to graduate, and she's going to be a neuro ICU nurse. So, and we have same thing. A lot of nurses within our
but see. But people encouraged him to do it.
Yeah. No.
I'm like, don't go into nursing. Although, I will say, now that I get to work from home, I'm really glad I'm a nurse. But
I've tried to get her, because I'd really like to live my dream.
Yeah, listen to this.
So, and I had Tiki Man on board with this, and we really tried to talk her into just doing travel nursing. So then, I would be
did you see the look?
I would be a house husband. She'd just go to work. I'd take care of the house, and then I could do, golf and just do radio and all that, and wouldn't have to
live the good life.
And live the good life. And, and we just can't get her on board. We've tried.
No.
We have tried and tried and tried.
Yeah, some of those people that I've talked about there are travel nurses, and they made some good money, but it's kind of taking a dip now.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that now that COVID is kind of calmed down and everybody is calmed down, all that great money people were making travel nursing.
But I'm an LPN psych nurse, and I'm not an RN. I have no desire to be an RN. None whatsoever. Well,
LPN in some facilities do the same thing as an RN. So
you just do it for less money.
Yeah. That's why I told him about being a paramedic. I'm like, just go back to school. You only got like a year to get your RN. And then
the paramedic RN transition was 12 months, and I still didn't. Okay. I still wouldn't do it.
I'm like, just do it. And then you could work from home like I do, and then we could travel.
My wife works from home now, so.
Oh, does she?
Yep. She loves it.
I love it too. I'm so spoiled.
That
now.
is my goal. I am now trying to find that remote job where I can work from home. I just got to figure out what it is, because unfortunately, if you're not in nursing or something like that, your choices are very slim. You're down to customer service or sales, and for the most part, and sales already.
He's not a customer service person either.
Yeah, I'm not a customer service.
But you have a great radio voice.
Well, I appreciate that.
So. You could do some freelance radio work, or some voice acting.
That's what we both would love to do.
There are a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
See, I don't consider myself to be in that caliber. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I hear other people, the stuff that they do, and then I hear the stuff I do, and I'm like, oh, no.
It's just because you can't sit there and go, what are you wearing?
I can, but nobody it wouldn't do no good, for sure. But,
well, Janice says thank you for your service.
My privilege.
Yeah, thank you.
And Callie and Joe are plotting.
They are.
Yes, plotting a vacation at some point to the resort that y'all stayed at. Jana told him where y'all stayed.
She probably remembered what it was. I don't know.
She did. But I have to go.
What branch were you in?
I was in the Marine Corps.
Okay. My dad was a Marine.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Awesome.
I wanted to be a Marine growing up through high school. And when I graduated, me and a friend went to the recruiter's office. He walked into the Navy's recruiter. They're side by side. I walked in the Marines, and then I changed my mind because I had pretty much a full ride to go to Ole Miss.
Oh,
and we walked out, and I didn't sign, and he did.
Oh, he was probably all fired up.
He did. He wound up going to Japan and all kind of places. Was on a submarine and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
Well, my total life has always been a kind of an accident. I never set out to be a police officer. Or anything like that. I never set out to go into the Marine Corps. Actually, I wanted to go to college. I wanted to play football. I was a decent football player when I was in high school, and I had some opportunities that came up, but just situations and everything. College was pretty much not going to be within my my ability to go there. And we come from a small town where it's either you go to college, go to military, or you stay there and you work in the factories. Kind of small town.
Yeah.
I didn't want to grow up. I didn't want to work in the factories. I didn't want to be like the rest of my family, be truck drivers. And college was out, so I guess the military is what it was. And I did not set out for the Marine Corps. I actually had a couple of my buddies said, "Hey, we're going to go enlist in the Air Force." All right, so the three of us, we were going to go down there, and we was going to go on the buddy plan. All three of us going to the Air Force. Well, we all go in. Well, you got to take the test for the ASVAB and see where you score. At the time where the scores were, I was 2 points shy of being able to get into the Air Force. So the guy told me, he said, you wait 6 months, and he says, we'll need 2 points, we'll have you tested and we'll have you in. And I'm like, but I want to go when they go, kind of deal. That was kind of the package deal. And they're like, well, that ain't going to happen. All right. So I was walking out, and I ran into the Marine Corps recruiter in the hallway.
They scooped you up.
They did.
And he's like, so I lost another one to the Air Force, I see. And I'm like, no, I didn't sign. I was just, I didn't score high enough on the ASVAB. And he goes,
come on in here, boy.
That's exactly what he did.
He looks at me and goes, so what did you score? And I told him, and he goes, son, you could have any job in the Marine Corps you want with that score. Because at the time, everybody wanted to go to the Air Force. So the score to get in the Air Force was like ridiculously high at the time.
Yeah.
So he's like, you can have any job in the Marine Corps you want. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Well, the funny thing was he had already signed another guy that I knew from another school that we actually played football against. Well, then he turned this guy on me to all of a sudden call and say, hey, let's hang out and let's do this or whatever. I got this thing going, and started taking me to delayed entry program functions, and
he was hooked.
Kind of beat me. And then the first time I saw a dress blue uniform, I'm like, I want that.
Listen, that's the same thing.
I want that.
That's what she said. Just saying. That is what she said when she saw dress blue.
But here's the thing. In my entire military career, I wore that uniform once.
That's probably when you got married.
So no, I didn't wear it when I got married.
Right. You didn't get married in
Nope. So I wore that once for a photo op, and that was it.
Oh.
So what did I do it for?
That's the best thing about the picture.
Huh?
You still have the picture?
Somewhere, but because what people don't know is that nice boot camp photo that you get. Standing there in the flag, you look so stiff. That's not even a real uniform. That is basically a bib that goes over you and it fastens in the back with Velcro. So your arms are taped down beside you, and they throw the hat on you, snap the picture, take the hat off, rip the thing off, and down the line you go. So you're not even wearing a uniform then. So yeah, I got cheated, man. And and the whole you can have any job you want. That was a lie.
Welcome to the military.
So there was a lot of things I found out that was a lie, but I got to go halfway around the world.
Good life experience.
And I did. I wanted to get out of my hometown. I got out of my hometown. I got to experience life. There's not too many people that can say, hey, I've been to Egypt. I've been to Spain. I've been to all those places, and I've got to see those things and experience those things. Now, granted, I've got to experience, not so good things like Iraq and things like that, but I got to see, the difference of, going down the Suez Canal and seeing Egypt on my right and, Jordan on my left, where the difference between desert and, civilization and so things that a lot of people never get to experience. So I got to see those things.
Jana said, "My daddy's a Marine, Semper Fi."
Hoorah. So,
well, before we go, do you want to play us another song?
Let me look at my list because.
Well, I'll tell you what. While he looks at the list, how about let's get to the lineup of what's coming up on Tiki Man Radio.
Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Sundays, it's The Big Show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Streaming live on the Cammy's Grammy Live Cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios in Harrison Bay. Come over and be part of the show. After The Big Show, it's Tuesday on the Island replay with B-Man and Michelle. Recorded live from Key West. Later that afternoon, it's 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick. You never know where he's going to pop up. On the Road with Rick the Stick. Starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man, live from Crown Point, Indiana. Tuesday at noon, it's Surfs Up with Callie McCool and the student crew. Tiki Man Radio's internship from Antioch High School in California. The kids are learning how to produce and do their own show. Compliments of Tiki Man Radio. It's the Lunchbox Special with Surfs Up every Tuesday at noon Eastern Island Time. Wednesdays, it's Where the Boots Meet the Beach with Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou, streaming live on the MFG Tropical Live Cam from the Legends Studio in Ottawa, Tennessee from 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you catch the Friday kickoff with Jen Shen from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Friday. Jen kicks off the weekend and tells you all the activities coming up on Tiki Man Radio and spotlights all of our sponsors. That's the Friday kickoff with Jen Shen every Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Friday starting at 8 p.m. it's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West, live every Friday, having some fun with their friends and sharing great music. Saturdays, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings starting at midnight and going to noon. Brought to you by Lake Winnepesaukah, the oldest amusement park in Georgia. This is where we open up the massive archives of the radio station and take you back to that old shaggin' music. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you tune into all these great shows and keep listening to Tiki Man Radio and have some fun.
That's right. Have some fun, cramming that late. Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Well,
are you sticking cameras in his face?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Well, Jana wanted to say something.
Oh, okay.
So, real quick, before you do this last song, something exciting. Well, I don't know if exciting is the right word. Exciting it would be for me. Happened over in your neck of the woods there in Nashville today. Apparently, there was a lady who was very distraught and upset, and she was on the ledge of the pedestrian bridge in Nashville, and she was going to jump.
Oh, no.
She was outside the railing. I know. And just so happened, John Bon Jovi was walking across that bridge with a production assistant of his, and he started talking to her, and she ended up giving him a hug, and he pulled her back over the rail and walked her down off the bridge to go get some help. So I thought that was really, really amazing.
Wow. John Bon Jovi's a real life hero.
He is. He is.
Well, could you imagine that? Can you imagine that? John Bon Jovi give me a reason to live.
Listen.
So, come here, baby. Let me give you a hug. You're going to tell him no?
If he'd say that, I know, right? If he'd say that to me, I wouldn't jump either.
She's going to buy all his records now.
Right? From back when he could sing, poor guy.
No, yeah.
Yeah, been watching some of that thing on Hulu.
Yes.
I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes. It's pretty interesting.
It really is. Yeah. We watched it. We binge watched it one night.
Well, no, it took no. When she says binge watch,
for me, it was binge watching.
Yeah, she'll watch like half an episode and then go do something and then come back and I'll have to wait 3 days before I can sit down and finish it with her. That's what she calls binge watching. But yeah, she was really upset because during CMA Fest we were up there, and they did a soft opening of his new bar there during CMA Fest, and we were just walking around, and so we wanted to go in and check it out, see the decor. So we went in there, and I told her, I said, hey, I said. It's hot out. I'm tired of walking. You want to sit down here, just get something to eat, and get a couple of drinks and just sit and see,
And we did,
because it's nice and air conditioned. She's like, no, let's just keep going and everything.
Oh, the second day we did.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, fine. If you want to keep walking. So we walked out. An hour later, the whole band came out on the stage and performed for everybody in that bar. And she was so mad at herself.
And the same thing happened at Luke Bryan's bar. We left, and Luke Bryan walked in and performed. So, yeah.
Talk about somebody with no patience.
But that's okay, because I get to watch Jason Acy perform.
That's right.
So, life is fun.
I don't know. I'm not very practiced on this song. So this was the last song we recorded for this album. Didn't even know it was going to go on there. I had done I played a gig one night a while back, and my wife was working at home overnight. So when I got home, she was working. I went in there and sat down with her for a little bit, talking, and this melody kind of hit me. And so I was like, I got to go. I went in my little room and looked through my list and saw a title. Yeah, that kind of works. And I sat there and wrote. This is one that just kind of fell out of the clouds, like I said before.
Cool.
And so that was pretty late. I went to bed, and it's kind of an interesting story about the song.
Yeah.
Woke up the next morning, went upstairs to my little studio room, and pulled out the guitar and 2 microphones, and just did a little easy demo for it, just not thinking anything about it. And then I sent it to Dave Spack, my producer guy's helping me with all this stuff, and he's like, man, this is really good. This is a good song. We're going to do that. You want to put this on the album? I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm going to put it on this album because it's not really trop rock. It's just country and blah, blah, blah. And so he let the other guy listen to it, and they were like, yeah, this is a really good song. And so they did a bunch of music to it. I sent them my tracks, and they did some music to it. And when I tried to redo the vocal, it didn't match. It didn't have the same feeling or emotion or anything like that. And they were like, yeah, this is really not working. So they actually, my wife said, I probably shouldn't tell this, but they used AI to separate my track, what I had done, because I had used a mic here for my guitar and a mic here for vocals, recorded it. Well, they kind of bled together. This is how smart AI is now. You can just separate those tracks.
Oh.
And just use the vocal track. We went back and forth trying to get a better vocal, cleaner vocal on this, and we were just like, finally, we're just going to use the original vocal because it's not perfect, but it captured a moment in time, you know.
Right.
So, like I said, I don't even know that I've played this very much, so I'll give it a shot.
We won't judge, I promise.
It's called Praying for Rain.
Oh.
It's 13 miles to the highway, and this old road is rough. She can't drive too fast, 'cause these days Hondas ain't too tough. There's at least 100 potholes she'll have to dodge around, and washboards in the gravel that could slow a tractor down. There's an old low water bridge built in 1932, but it gave up the ghost last year when that big storm came through. And we worked for days to make a way to cross that old creek bed, but lately it's been dry enough to barely get tires wet. I'd run her down, but I'm calling on his name, praying for rain. She might get past old man Henry's with the sun still hanging high, and I'm blinding myself searching for a dark cloud in the sky. And I know that stretch of Prim Springs is always prone to flood. She'd be walking home right now if he'd turn it all to mud. I'd run her down, but I'm calling on his name, praying for rain. Well, I know it's not that far as the crow flies, but I hope the Lord is willing this time let that old creek rise. Well, I know it might seem perfect for others looking in, but love is work and work is hard. That's the way it's always been. I should be doing 80, put this pickup in the breeze, but I'm paralyzed and know I try, I can't get up off my knees. I chase her down, but I'm calling on his name, praying for rain. Praying for rain. Praying for rain.
Love it.
That's beautiful.
Love it. You know, in that, you know, I often will hear something in somebody's voice, and it'll hit me and remind me of somebody. You know, whether it be something a tone or something I hear in your voice or something like that, and it'll just immediately remind me of somebody. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you what, I heard Paul Overstreet in that song all the way through. The way your tone and way it sound, I heard Paul
and the lyrics.
I could hear him singing that song. Just you sound just like him, and the way you phrase that and the way that song goes.
Wow,
so because I'm a big Paul Overstreet fan. I mean, you know, I was a fan of his before he went Trop.
Yeah, me too.
So I definitely hear. Didn't you hear that?
Yeah.
And it's just the tone of your voice.
I heard some Paul Overstreet, some Joe Zellick.
Well, you don't know who Joe Zellick is.
I know.
So.
I'll tell you later.
I don't. Take your word for it.
Janice said that's a good one.
And if Matt's listening, Matt doesn't like that either. So
I know, right?
Okay.
Callie said he loves the drop tune. I loved that guitar part as well, where it's dun dun dun. You know, I can't do it, but I don't know what it's called, but I love it.
I flubbed through a few parts, but get the idea.
Well, those of us who don't play didn't know, so you're good.
Well, I want to make sure before we end up doing anything, where can everybody find your music? Where can they find out more about you? Where you're going to be playing? Maybe if they want to book you, how do they do all that?
Sure, my Instagram is really my main avenue, it's Jason Acy Official. That's ACY, Jason Acy Official. I wanted it to sound official, so I put official on there.
Well, there you go.
And then,
There you go.
It's the same thing on YouTube as Jason Acy Official, and then on Facebook I wound up with 2 pages. My regular page is just Jason Acy, and then I have one Jason Acy Music. I thought I was going to separate them all, but that really hadn't worked out that way. But
Right.
so you can find me on any of those 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a website, jasonacy.com.
Okay.
I put dates and stuff like that up there. So I don't have a whole lot of dates coming up. I think I'm playing once or a couple more times before Christmas. Like we were talking earlier, I don't like to play a whole lot during college football season.
I understand. I totally get it. So we get along great, even though he's rooting for the wrong team. We're
Right.
I don't understand.
Y'all stole our running back this year, though.
I know. We I don't know how it worked out with the transfer portal, but we got 3 players from Alabama, and then we got your running back, and we got a quarterback from Kansas State. So, so far we'll see how it works out. I don't know. I laughed and I told everybody when everybody was asking me how the Buckeyes were going to be this year. I'm like, well, we got the best team we could buy this year.
That's right.
So, and I think that's the way with just about everybody. They got the best team they could buy with the NIL money that they got to work with, and we'll just see how it all shakes out. So,
just think of how many teams in the past have been penalized and all that for doing the same.
Can you imagine?
Not even a fraction of that. They're like crucified.
Well, when you talk about the Buckeyes,
wasn't the Buckeyes coach in trouble?
It wasn't that long ago that Jim Tressel lost his job because Terrell Pryor and a couple of other Buckeyes traded their signatures for tattoos.
Yep.
And big old NCI, they ended up they got suspended. They couldn't play. Jim Tressel lost his job and all of that over all of that. And then here we now it's a thing just. Yeah.
Make it rain.
It's legal.
Yeah.
So
show me the money.
It's kind of like the marijuana thing. I spent 20 years arresting people, and now it's legal.
Right.
So, it's just how times change. But definitely, I want to thank you for making the trip over here to spend time with us and putting up with our craziness. Hopefully, we weren't all too much over the map with you.
I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
I think what we'd like to do is I hate to do set by the rules, scripted interviews and things like that. Because I think a lot of times when we just sit around and we talk and just shoot the breeze, we often will get to know more about you than if we just sit there and ask straight up questions. Because sometimes just conversations are organic and they just take a natural route, and if it wouldn't be like that, we would have known he was in a movie.
You never known about my movie.
That's
career.
right.
So
that's right.
That's kind of the way we like to do things. That way, it's a little different than anybody else. I know whenever we've asked people to come in there, like, okay, so what's the process and stuff over the interview, and we're like, man, this is an unscripted show. We fly by the seat of our pants.
I want all the questions ahead of time.
So,
yes,
it's like you ain't getting all, you ain't getting all the questions because I don't know what I'm going to ask you. Because I know I'm normally start out pretty much at the beginning, tell us how your story began, but from there it's just like I said, organic conversation brings to light a lot of things, so that not only we highlight the music, but people get to know you.
Oh, thanks, Jana.
And that's what I like, because I mean a lot of people, when you bring a person on, they're stuck just with the artist. I want to know about your music, what your project is, what you're saying, and then boom, move out. We like to get to know you, the person, and then through the person get to understand your music and your journey. So I appreciate you putting up with our craziness and making the trip over here and
be sure to come back. Anytime you want, shoot us a message. We'll get you back in here.
I'll drag Jana with me next
There you go. Next time, bring Jana.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, you're welcome anytime. And, of course, Lou's got her whole campaign planned out now. So
that's right.
You're going to have to come back over at some point in time. Cause,
checks in the mail.
Fabulous.
So, and I have a working title for you to work with.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you all for having me.
Hey, not a problem. So anything else that we've missed, or you want to make sure you get out there before we go?
I think we've pretty much covered it all. Like I said, I'm doing the album release party at Gray's Rum Bar in Pensacola the Tuesday night of I think it's the 22nd of October, I believe. Not exactly sure on that. I'll be posting about that when I have more details. But
Right. So pay attention to his socials for that.
Yeah.
And of course, let us know. We'll post it as well.
Absolutely.
Go request my songs on all the stations.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Shameless plugging.
There you go. You need to do more of that. Yeah.
That's right. Modesty will get you nowhere. That's what they say, right?
Exactly, right.
Got to be a bragger.
That's right.
Well, Lou, anything else that you have?
No. I do want to tell everybody, just based on the story that came out of Nashville today, you never know what somebody else is going through. So please, please, please be kind and smile at everybody.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that we deal with where I work in the emergency room. We have a little separate area that's psych emergency room is suicide.
Really?
People wanting to commit suicide or have attempted to commit suicide.
Yeah.
It's a epidemic, especially in kids in these days. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, which is sad. It's sad for anybody, but our kids, it's even more so. So yeah,
and a message for. Get serious for a second. Message for parents that you have a kid that's going through this. Sometimes they come to the hospital and they feel like, they're put out by having to deal with this. And there's been times when I pull them aside and I say, look, there's a lot of parents that wish they had this opportunity right here.
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe need to rethink this a little bit.
Exactly. You're getting a chance that some other parent didn't have.
Exactly.
And wishes they could talk to them. So, yeah. Good. That's some great advice.
And without going into detail, I been through that.
Yep.
And I can tell you how what you do, especially it does make a difference.
Yeah.
It does, and I thank you for what you do. Because let me tell you, and so I told my daughter, is not everybody can go into psychiatric work. Of course, when I worked at Erlanger, we had a wing off the ER as well for psychs, but we didn't have psychiatric staff. It was whoever got assigned to that area is whoever got assigned to that area. I did, we all did our turn of going in there and working that little unit and being with, people who are a lot of times in crisis and unstable. And, sometimes you take a beating being back there.
Emotionally and physically.
Correct.
Yeah,
so
I'm nursing one right now.
Are you?
Yeah. So I definitely, for what you guys do, thank you for that.
Yes.
I didn't have the patience to be able to stick that out. That was probably one of the things when I realized, you know what? No, this is just not what I want to do. So, but all right. So
that's it.
Any last nothing?
That's it. Everybody smile at each other.
All right.
Smiling is contagious, and be kind.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And
thanks for hanging in there with us a little extra long.
Absolutely. We got to always thank our sponsors, of course, JBL Travel Group. And for if you're booking the next getaway, remember, they specialize in group travel and destination weddings and all that stuff. Make sure you check them out and give them a call. And also goaltending services and outfitters down in Key West. When you're down in Key West, make sure you get out on the water and actually experience what Key West has to offer. And also thanks to MFG Records, Tropical Live Cam here every week. That is Dave Sines and Beth Travers. If you are an independent artist looking for somebody to take your music to the next level, well, they've been in the music business for a very, very long time, and you can get a hold of them and see what they could do for you. But as for us, that's going to be it this week. See you back here next week, same time, same channel. Have a good week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I know it's been a lot of fun, but the set list is all done. The night was very loud and you've been a good crowd, but you know it's time to run. You've all been very kind, thank you for your time. You put me to the test as I try to address all of your requests for the night. As we look to the moon and the manager's protocol. Well, I don't ever want to end, but for now, my friends, last song, last call. A spirit with his clientele, and the drinks are flowing well. A beer sent from the bar and a healthy tip jar. Handsome tunes that I can sell. It's been a cool room, but it's ending too soon. And they remember to tip the bartender as they surrender to the tab. And they lip sync to the lyrics that they used to recall. Anytime I gotta say those words, oh no, last song, last call. By twos, some still are dancing in their shoes. I break down the gear as we wind it up here. After the last song that I choose, it's the last ride near closing time. The final round poured as I strung the last chords, and the guitar returns to the case. Needless to say, it was a pleasure to play for you all. Here's to toast to everyone as I finally say last song, last call. Here's a toast to everyone as I finally say last song,